Mic check 1 2. Mic check 1 2. Mic miggity mic check 1 2. Mic check 1 2. Mic check 1 2. Mic check 1 2. Can you hear me? Can you see me? Can you hear me? Can you see me? Wagwan for the wagwan. Wagwan for the wagwan. Wagwan for the wagwan. Mic check 1 2. Mic check 1 2. Mic check 1 2. Apologies for the delay, people. Apologies for the delay. We're back. We're rolling. Day 3. Day 3. Day 3. Day 3. What's going on, people? What's going on, people? Wagwan. Can you hear me? Can you see me? Can you hear me? Can you see me? Day 3. 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 Wagwan, people. Wagwan, people. Can you hear me? Can you hear me? Hopefully you can hear me wherever you are. Hopefully you can hear me wherever you are. Welcome back to the Random Show with your host, Agostino Zinga. This is the #1 comedy commentary stream in the world. What's going on, people? What's going on, people? Can you hear me? Can you see me? Can you hear me? Can you see me? What's crack-a-lacking, man? I got some mint tea here. I got some mint tea. I got some mint tea that I'm about to sip on right now. Big up the mint tea sippers. Big up the mint tea sippers. Wagwan, my mint tea crew. Mint tea. Get it? Get it? Mint tea. Yeah. Anyway, big up all my tea drinkers, right? Big up all my real rap tea drinkers, the real man them, huh? Big up all my real man them, real man them. What's going on? Yo, big up Addy Z. Why was the Taz private last video? Because it was shit, bro. I need to do it again. I wasn't on my A game. I didn't like it. I didn't like it. That stream was terrible. I didn't like it. It was all over the place. I got redo. I didn't like it. We're gonna go again. Big up Addy Z. Big up Mr. Bob. Big up Mr. Bob. Wagwan for the undisclosed location. So exactly, yeah, you know how it is, Mr. Bob. Wagwan, Mr. Bob. Wagwan the Sada Z's. What's good, Gigi? Cases Moses. Wagwan, Gigi. Wagwan receiver. Wagwan Roger Smith. What's going on, Gigi? Old man Tibber. What's good? Ason. What's good? LB. What's good? Why not? What's good? What's good, my jigger? Why not? What's happening? Why not? Why not always out here reminding me of my day ones? Why not is definitely a non-believer. Why not always out here encouraging me my streaks? You know what I mean? Always reminding me when I'm back to day one. We got why not in the chat. We got why not. We got Tim Okazi. We got Young Old Vibes was here earlier. What's good? J1B. What's good? Big up Asada Z's. I'm gonna drink 2 cold brews and have a panic attack kind of guy. Yeah. I don't blame you, brother. Big up Asada Z's. I don't blame you, brother. I would actually get a cold brew if I had one, but I just gotta make do with the tea. I got tea. All I've got in that fridge right now is tea and water. Oh, sorry, I lie. I've actually got there's a strawberry protein drink in there that I got given. You know, one of those free ones you get given on the street, but I haven't drank it because it looks pretty rank. Anything that purports to be like protein based as well is always terrible, man. It doesn't taste good. Maybe there's a couple of yogurts here and there, some rice yogurts and shit, but most Tinder things are disgusting. So that's all I have. I have tea and water, which is kind of good, I guess. It means at least I'm not Bert Kreischer. You get what I mean? At least I don't have a bar at home. Big up Reza. What's that? Big up Reza Hussein or Reza Hussein or Hossein. Big up Reza. Big up from Toronto. Wagwan GG. What's good? Yeah, exactly. Big up exactly. I saw a protein pancake mix at the store yesterday. Like, what the fuck? Just eat healthy. Exactly, guy. So let's get into this, right? Let's get into this. Hold on. Let me just get. Oh shit! I got the windows up. Let me just close this window from before. I think I've saved that. Yeah, I think I've saved that already. Today we're gonna cover mostly Tfatk. Finish that Q&A episode. We're also gonna cover some no jumper stuff. Follow up on the no jumper shit. We're gonna do an American REDACT just dropped. New American REDACT. We're gonna react to a new American REDACT. We're also going to react to a new retroactive video just dropped. And there's a section of the there's a Patrick CC video. There's a full version that's available now. It's about like stand-ups and stealing jokes. But there's a small section that someone on Tfatk Reddit uploaded that has a section that kind of talks about branded and stuff. So we'll look at that as well. And that's about it really. That's all I've got on the docket so far. But we're going to go through it, you know. And then if it also pops, and of course, you know, check the Reddit, see what I want. Check these man socials and whatnot and see what I want for that as well. But that should be about it really. Yeah. Big up my nuts. 3 days of consistency. Who is this guy? Big up my nuts. Who is this guy? Yeah, and point and shoot. Exactly. There's a point and shoot video too. Yeah, thank you, Case of Moses. There's I think 3 point and shoot videos. We'll just do those back to back then. Fuck it. There's 3 point and shoot videos I need to do back to back. We'll just do those back to back. Welcome to Nikki HSG. What's good, darling? Hope you're good. Full house today. What's going on, people? Hope everyone's well. Let me just get rid of this window and then we're gonna roll. Yeah, let's get rid of this window. Cool. Everything's done. Yeah, everything's done. Is everything done? Oh, I've got quite a lot of windows open, innit? GG. Alright, cool. Let me get rid of this one as well. Bear me 1 second. I'm just gonna get rid of these windows because you know how my computer runs. You know what I mean? I've got an old MacBook. I ain't got one of those chin MacBooks. You get me? I haven't got a new MacBook. I've got an old MacBook. No, I haven't got a Sanaz MacBook. I've got a chin MacBook. Sanaz got the new MacBook. I've got the chin one. You get me? I've got the chin one. I've got the chin one still. Big up Young God Vibes. What's good, darling? What's good? Big up Ason as well. What did Ason say here earlier? Big up Ason. Yeah, don't let anything protein sit overnight as well. Throw that whole cup away. That's a good point, bro. Big up Ason. That's a very good point. Very good point. Very good point when it comes to fucking thing. Let's continue. Yeah. Pick up Younger Vibes. You got that BGL MacBook. That's more accurate than you'll ever know. Younger Vibes, that's more accurate than you'll ever know, sis. That's more accurate than you'll ever know. Let's just leave it at that. Anyway, let's continue. Let's go. Let me stop wasting time. Cool. Straight into the show. Yo, wild going for my G. Wild going for my guy. Wild going for my hitter. Wild going for my boy Offset, man. He's going down bad. Offset going down bad. What you doing, brother? What you doing, man? Look at that headline, courtesy of TMZ. Offset, forget Bodak Yellow. I'm only interested in green. Offset asks for spousal support in Cardi B divorce. Offset asks for spousal support in Cardi B divorce. Offset needs money, man. Offset asking the courts for Cardi B to give him money. No, say it ain't so, man. Say it ain't so, brother. Say it ain't so. Cardi B left you. You tried to get her back. She didn't want to go back. She properly filed for divorce. Now she's out here with STEFON Diggs in harams and shit, doing gangbangs on boats and shit with Tusi allegedly, having a blast. So some football player, what is he? Is he a running back or something, right? STEFON Diggs is some running back hot guy. Took your wife. He's on boats and shit, and now you're asking for money. This is why I need that drop. What about the men? You know? And I need to change it. Say, what happened to our men? What happened to men, man? What happened to just suffering in silence? If you ain't got it like that, maybe pawn a couple of those jewels that you got. Maybe flip some Balenciagos on fucking Grailed. But the last thing I will do, especially if I'm going through a really contentious divorce with a super famous fucking hip-hop rapper wife of mine, right? Super lit, super well known. I'm not gonna let anybody get any sort of win. I'm gonna suffer in silence, bro. I might sell a bunch of shit, but I'm not gonna ask her for no money. I'm not asking for no spousal support. Fuck that shit. Especially if it's ended on bad terms. The other funny thing about this is this. I find it really interesting how, again, I don't, when it comes to like spousal shit, it's hard to really know what's true and what isn't true. I just read what I see online, really. Don't try and get too involved in these type of things because you never really know. But it does seem kind of funny that Offset is asking for spousal support from Cardi B, but he's not contesting the court for full custody of his kids. Don't you find that funny? The kids they shared together, he's like, nah, you can keep those kids. I need that money. He's not really interested in fighting for more custody, having more time to be around these kids, being more in their lives, trying to be ever present regardless of the divorce. Nah, just give me money, man. I ran out of money. I need to pay my rent. I need to fucking keep the car note on the G-Wagon. Some hers are coming over, so I need to make sure the fridge is stocked up. I don't know, man. I could never do this. But let's read the article anyway. Offset's not willing to give up on his bad and bougie lifestyle, and he's asking the court to ensure that his estranged wife Cardi B helps him maintain it. The rapper filed an amended divorce response earlier this month, in which he's now asking Cardi B to pay him spousal support. He does not specify. He does not request a specific amount in the documents. For those of you guys who've lent money to people, friends and family and shit, is there not a more annoying person that asks for money? It's one thing to ask for it, it's annoying, don't get me wrong. But the really annoying person who asks for money is the one that doesn't have a specific amount they need. Just anything you could give, man. Just anything you could give. What do you mean anything I could give? I'm not a fucking cash point. Like, what? How much do you need? Like, and then I'll see what I have, and then I'll give you what basically. I mean, what is this anything you have? So Offset didn't even ask for a specific amount. He just wants something. He just like to Cardi B, hey, I just need to hold something. You know what I mean? I just need to hold something. Just let me hold something. The thing is as well, like I've noticed over my years of like, dealing with the opposite sex, the really painful thing about this is that I think deep down Offset thought he's going to get her back. But what you don't realize is that with women, once they're over it, they're over it. Like over it. Men is never that. Men can always leave the door slightly ajar. Like a man will fucking smash some girl that he used to date, 50 years ago, if she pops up somewhere out of the blue. But a woman could never go back. Like, well, not rarely, but like once they're over you, if they're over you, they're over you. They're closing that door. So this is a big sign that it's actually done. Like I don't anticipate these guys get back together in the future. They're in divorce court. Offset's running out of money. And the thing that's wild too, if I'm not mistaken, wasn't Cardi B out here on social media telling people that Offset was buying her Birkins and stuff? So I guess that wasn't true. She was a pretty decent wife if you think about it, Cardi B. She was a pretty decent wife because it sounds like, or it seems like to me, Cardi was buying herself all the stuff in the first place. All those crazy gifts that they would always show each other on social media, Cardi B was buying it for herself, but then acting like Offset got it for her. That's a good woman, man. Offset let go of a good woman. That's a good lady, bro. She lied to the internet that he was buying it for her, but actually she bought it all for herself, if you think about it. Because this lady hasn't put out an album in like 10 years, right? Cardi B. She hasn't put out an album in 10 years, but she's still all over the press, all over the media. You see on all the outlets, so she must make good money. Because you also put out albums to make money, right? You put out an album to maybe tour, to maybe do different shows. So the fact that she's not in a rush to put out music makes me believe that she's got a lot of money in endorsements and shit. I'm sure that brand that she has with the fucking whipped cream that's like alcoholic, I'm sure that probably makes a lot of money. I don't know why personally, because it seems like a really shit idea. I don't know who fucking is shooting whipped cream in their mouth to get drunk or whatever. But Cardi B must make a lot of money for a guy like Offset, who is an integral part of the Migos, to be relying on her when she's not even musically active like that. Offset's probably had more music drop in the last few years than Cardi B, but she still somehow has more money than him. That's gotta hurt. And now he has to rely on her, even though he probably hates her. Ouchie. The rest of the requests look relatively unchanged because Offset still is asking for joint custody of the children, and he wants Cardi's place to serve as a prime residence for the kids. It's the first news from their divorce proceedings in months, with the whole process dragging since CARDI first filed in August 2024. Wow. It's mad, isn't it? Getting married is so quick. You can get married in like a in a snap of her fingers. But getting divorced takes so long. She originally filed in August 2024. And these are rich people, right? With resources and stuff. They got money. They could probably speed up the process. And it's still taking this long to sort out. We're now in what? We're now in May, approaching June of 2025. We're fast approaching a year. And they still haven't finalized the divorce. Fucking crazy. At the time, CARDI blasted reports that the Offset didn't support her or the kids, ripping critics who tried to label him a deadbeat. However, the two have certainly had more than their fair share of fights on social media. CARDI said she didn't care if Offset got hit by a fucking truck. So the divorce hasn't been totally amicable. So yeah, mad situation, man. Offset's out here asking for spousal support, you know. That's some bummy behavior, I'm not going to lie. No matter how damn bad you are, I don't care if you're married to Beyonce, I don't care if you're married to Rihanna. As a man, you got to keep your counsel, man. Just go out there and hustle. Go get a job, bro. I don't know. Run up on somebody. You know what I mean? Run up on somebody and jack their fucking iPhone or something. Like, you can't be out here begging for money from the missus. You can't do that. You just can't. Especially when you're breaking up because basically it's your fault, right? Because they broke up because, you know, Offset was out here cheating too much. You can't be out here then asking for money, coming back with your fucking cap in your hand, begging for some change. That's some loser behavior. Unfortunately, much as I love Offset, I love Migos, that's some loser behavior. But hopefully they sort it out. Hopefully they sort it out. What you guys think in the stream chat? I can't imagine seeing Offset with about 10 diamond chains on. Exactly, you probably wouldn't even recognize him. It's a good point. Big up people. He looks like a Halloween mask. She looks like a Halloween mask version of herself. Her face is clapped. Nah, she's a pretty girl. Or Cardi's a pretty girl. Damn, she hasn't put out any music in that long. Yeah. I think it's been 10 years. I think when did the invasion of let's see. Let's write it here. When did Cardi B last album drop? Let's see. What did it say? I think it's 2010. It should be 10 years, isn't it? Plenty plus years, right? Cardi B's Invasion of Privacy released in Jesus Christ. No, sorry, it's been, is this fucking hell? Okay. 2018. Invasion of Privacy. 2018. So not 10, but close enough. Damn, she hasn't put any there. Big up Asad Aziz. I don't think that means that she's broke. He's broke, sorry. It means he's greedy and salty. He might have bought her those bags. Okay, cool, fair enough. How you cheat and ask for money. Exactly, big up good vibes. Fuck them kids, exactly. How you cheat and ask for money. How you cheat and ask for money. Talking about money. Bamba-rated Lord of Mercy. This is why when I get rich and famous, there'll be signs. Don't get me wrong, you won't see this up because I don't really post what I get up to on social anyway. But when I get rich and famous, trust me, bro, there'll be signs. There will be signs. Yo. You know how mad it is that this shit happens like this? Like how easy it gets. How easy it is when you're just out here running and gunning with the hoes. Like, and you're rich, you know? It's just it's just, you know what makes it this sort of lifestyle somewhat appealable? Because you just attract these like you just attract these like world champion whores, you know, who know what they're about and you know what they're about, you know? It's like you meet each other in the middle. Because none of these girls are like, you know what I'm saying, Mandem. You know what I'm saying. I think the Mandem know what I'm saying. But the mad thing about this is, I love the discipline. I'm not gonna lie. Big up, what's his face? Big up STEFON Diggs, because he looks like the kind of guy, like, you know, back in the day, how it used to be, where you bring the gear to the party, knowing full well the hoes want some, and then you give it to them, but you're never doing it yourself. It's just for the girls. That's kind of swaggy. I'm not gonna lie. I know he's doing it for his pressure. He's a professional athlete, but being the dude that doesn't get too lit, doesn't get too turned up, but always got a little party pack on you, just so the girls can have a good time. And you're not weird. You're safe. If someone gets too fucked up, you put them in an Uber and send them home and shit. You're obviously smashing, but you're still protecting the crew. You're like protecting the crew. You're oddly enough, he's playing the role of the mother hen. Usually the mother hen is reserved for like the fat girl in the crew, right? But he is actually playing the role of the mother hen in that crew. He's the mother hen. He's looking after everybody. He's the one that's standing with all the bags. You know, back in the day when you go to a club and you see girls in a circle with bags on the floor, and it always, honestly, girls are evil, you know. Think about it. Girls are fucking evil. Back in the day, you used to go to raves when we all couldn't afford extra bit of money to put our coats in a cloakroom. We take our bags to the dance floor, innit, right? Girls would have their bags on the floor and their coats and shit. And sometimes the fat ugly girl or just the ugly girl in the group will be the one that will be left in charge to just stand guard of those bags. Horrendous, isn't it? Like, just like she'll be the only one there standing there while all the girls are off fucking swallowing some guy's face or something, or his fucking, you know, phallus. But this is kind of swaggy, I'm not gonna lie. There's something kind of swaggy about not being, because he doesn't look drunk at all. He doesn't look drunk, he doesn't look twisted, he looks chill. He's having a good time on the boat with some hoes. And he's passing around some 2C, which is kind of wild, by the way. As a professional athlete, to be out on a boat and be carrying around drug ass with you and have it on camera is kind of wild, you know. He must be really good at his sport. I don't watch football. This fucking Diggs guy, he must be really good at football, because that's the only way you could excuse that behavior. Like, you can't get away with this. Like, how you just have drugs on you? How do you just have drugs on you? Because I'm trying to think to myself, right? It's a bit being the resident party boy of this stream. I don't know if it's actually drugs though, because it's a weird shape. I've never seen a baggie that shape, because it looks like the baggie looks like it's like a rectangle shape, and most baggies are like square. They're at least a square shape. They're usually not like a rectangle in terms of that long. But then the bag itself looks like one of those bags that you'd get if you'd order some drugs. They might send it to you like in a little Ziploc bag that might have like, you know, teeth strips or like nose strips in it, and it's got a little Ziploc. But the actual baggie inside doesn't really look like, I don't know if it is 2C. To be fair, it has to be 2C, right? It has to be 2C, and 2C is essentially this mix of all types of drugs, and they add like pink coloring in it. It kind of originated from Colombia. The idea behind it was to create like another alternative to do coke and stuff, which wasn't as maybe harsh and stuff, but gave you a little bit of a euphoric high, kind of a mix between MDMA, ketamine, and cocaine. I think that's what they usually put in all three. They'll put MDMA, cocaine, and ketamine all in one thing, and then they'll put pink coloring in it to give it that color, just to kind of differentiate it from obviously cocaine and to kind of give it a little bit of a cool look. In the UK or in Europe in general, 2C isn't like that. 2C usually refers to 2CB, which is those pills that people take. You can take it in pill form or powder form, and 2CB is like a hallucinogenic kind of weird. It's like a trippy version of an MDMA ecstasy pill. So sometimes that's what they sell usually in Europe and UK. But I'm assuming if this is somewhere in America, a party place like Miami, there's gonna be a lot of people there that'll do 2C, because I'm assuming there's probably a big Central American, South American community out there, so they probably know about 2C, the actual 2C. So if it's pink and it looks like that, it probably is what I think it is. But it's just wild that he just has this on him. And he's not even trying to hide it from the camera. He's not being like shy about it. Like, he's just like whipping it out. Like, yeah, ladies, go powder your nose in it. Come back later, and then we can get on it. He's just like, yeah. You girls go handle your thing, and I'll be here. Like, you have to be good at your sport, boy. You have to be so good at your sport that it doesn't matter what you do, because they're never gonna get rid of you because you make them a lot of money and you're really good at your sport. You know, that's the only way you get away with this sort of shit. But I don't know if it is actually what I think it is. I'm not too sure, but it does look like it. But it's just a weird shape, and the fact that the girls are so handy with it, and they're all like crowding around him, it has to be trucy. It has to be drugs. There's nothing else it can be. The only way you can get girls like this to be so feverish and to be so hungry is if you're giving them free money or something, or if you've got some drugs on you. That's the only way you get this kind of like action where they're all like, you know what I mean, gawking at him. Obviously they're gawking at him because they like him too, but stuff. But you know, like that girl's hands on the drugs straight away. Do you know what I mean? She's clasping that shit. She wants to grab it straight away from his hand. She's hungry. She wants in. So there's definitely something illicit you'd imagine in there. 100% something illicit, but I just can't make it out from here. It's a weird shape, isn't it? I've never seen a baggie that shape, like in a rectangle shape like that. And he's trying to tell them, and he looks like he's giving them the last bit of advice. You know when you get some gear from a dealer, like, yeah, you get some gear from a dealer, and they give you the unsolicited advice. They give you some advice that you don't need. Like, what? They're like, oh, by the way, just in case, just take it slow, right? Because this one is a good one. This one is like one of the best. It's like, bro, like, just fucking fries in the bag, bro. Fries in the bag. Don't be giving me fucking health advice and shit. What is this, man? Fries in bag, please. Fries in bag. So yeah, look, see, here they are opening up, and she seems excited by it. What are you guys saying about the baggie though? We got Burt Reynolds. I'm chalking it up to it being a huge bag, the bags of which the pedestrians have never. Yeah, that's a good point, to be honest. Big up Burt Reynolds. Big up Burt Reynolds. I've never been out and had to buy gear for like. There's 4 holes here, maybe 6. I think there might be one back there, but there's 3 on camera, and they all look like they have appetites. You know, I don't think I've ever been in a situation where I've had to supply gear for like 6 people, you know? So if you're having to do that, the quantities are going to be big, and the baggies are going to be, like Burt Reynolds says, they're going to be baggies that most of us have never seen. That's probably what's happening here. These are some big boy baggies.
Powerful bunch.
Some legit baggies. You know what I mean?
I went to EDCW 100 Molly pills. Girls all over me.
Well, I didn't come through, did it? I didn't hear that. Big up, did you guys hear that notification? Big up Abe Martinez. I went to EDC with 100 pills. Girls all over me. Exactly. Abe Martinez knows. Abe Martinez knows. Abe Martinez knows. Exactly. What happened to my notifications? Did you guys hear that? What happened to my... Oh, for goodness sake. Are my notifications not working again? Oh, yo. Alright, cool. Bear with me 1 second. Let me just quickly get my notifications working again, alright? Bear with me 1 second here. I'll quickly get these working, and then we can go back to what we need to get back to. Bear with me 1 second. Una secundo, please, people. Una secundo. Big up Big Booth. Only pink pills I've had are Pepto Bidmo. I told them to quick crush them. Big up Big Booth. I tell them they hit quicker when crushed. Was hilarious. Yeah, big up Dropper May. Yeah, big up Young Vibes. Okay, cool. You heard it. Okay, cool. Fuck. Okay, well, I'm here anyway, so fuck it. I'll just do it again. Big up Young Vibes. Appreciate you. Big up Black American. Wagwan sis. Wagwan. Big up Joe Maye. What's good? So everyone heard it. Okay, cool. Everyone fucking heard it. You guys should have told me, so I wouldn't be fucking here. For goodness sake, I started panicking that things weren't working properly. Oh well, we're hearing it. We're hearing it. So let me just get it quickly. We'll just do it again quickly. Bear with me 1 second here. It won't take too long. Cancel. Let's get rid of that as well. Yes. Bang, bang. Not. Notify. Okay. Bish bash bosh. Hopefully that works now. Cool. Done. That should be okay. I think that should be okay. And then we'll copy that onto the other bit, and then boom, it should be working now. I think that'll be able to work. Big up, Abe Martinez. Let me replay your thing one more time.
Powerful bunch.
Cool. Big up, Abe Martinez. Appreciate you, brother. Let's make sure we get rid of this, and let's go to the next clip. Cool. Let's do this. And of course, I guess this is the coach, right? Mike Vrabel made a comment regarding Stefon Diggs' video, that iconic video I just played you. What's he's got to say about him?
That we're aware of, and obviously we want to make great decisions on and off the field, and we're hoping that with our time here on the field today, and that when we don't have a script and we're on the call periods, that we're making great decisions. So the message will be the same for all our players, that we're trying to make great decisions, and any conversations that I've had with Stefon will remain between him and I. That we're
he said great. He said we're gonna make you have to keep making great decisions. He said the phrase "great decisions" about 7 times in 20 seconds. So it's fair to say Stefon Diggs got a good talking to. Stefon Diggs got a good talking to about his conduct away from the football field, which is a bit dumb, because if you're on break, you're not in season and shit, and you're surrounded by the hoes. Yeah, I get it. It doesn't look great because he's got some gear on him and shit, but like, let the guy rock, man. He's not hurting anybody. You know what I mean? Like, I don't know. I want my professional athletes to have their fun. That's what I want. I want my professional athletes to be out there having their fun, surrounded by fucking slags. And then when it's time to fucking play, they ball out. You get what I mean? Like, that's what I want. I'm not in this whole idea that professional athletes should be fucking boring and shit and be at home doing nothing. I want him to be having fun. So if he's having fun, let him have fun. When it's time to play, let him play. It's no problem. It's no... Oh shit, the stream chat. Training camps have started. Okay, cool. Oopsie. Training camps have started. Okay, cool. Okay, cool. Fair play. Let's move on. What do you guys think about this girl? Please tell me in the stream chat. If you guys are working in a restaurant, people in the stream chat, if you guys are working in a restaurant and this girl was one of your customers, how would you react? If you were a waiter, if you were waiting on this girl, how would you react to her behavior?
Guys, so I'm here at TGI Fridays. I actually just want to know what happened to TGI's. Look at the size of the ribs. My dad actually used to bring me here monthly and it was banging. Now, is this a kid's meal or what? Did I order the wrong thing? I just need a member of staff, to be honest. I'm about to eat this entire meal for free. Excuse me? Excuse me. Is this meant for a human being? Yeah. Look at the size of the ribs. Is this a joke? £25. Really sorry. Is this a joke? You gave me the scraps from the kitchen or what? Hold on, guys. They now say they're calling the police for me. Hold on. Yeah? What was that?
Was it correct that you said you weren't going to pay for the meal?
Yep, exactly.
Unfortunately, we will have to call the police.
In fact, I want you to call the police right now so they can see the type of meals you're serving a human being. Are you sure these are not human remains? Look at the size of the bone.
We're pretty sure.
Look at the size of the bone. Call the police. Stop wasting my time. Call the police.
Oh yeah. Look at the face at the end. Look at that face at the end. Look at that face at the end. Just mean and nasty and disgusting and like, why are you like this, girl? Girl, why are you like this? Why are you doing this, girl? Why are you doing this? This is so unbecoming. This is definitely not classy. This is definitely not chic. This is somewhat embarrassing behavior. And by the way, you guys have TGI Fridays in America, right? I'm sure it's an American chain. This is not like a huge surprise. This is not like a good restaurant. This is like a chain. This is a fucking basic shit. and she's kicking up this amount of fuss. She's trying to scam TGI Fridays out of a free meal. She's trying to fucking run a scam on TGI Fridays about eating all the food and then complaining about it so she gets the food for free because she's an influencer. It's like, nah, this is disgusting behavior. I'm not gonna lie. I saw this, I didn't like it at all. And I hate her. I hate more the attitude towards the waiters. I understand maybe complaining about the portion size. By the way, I'm not gonna lie. Maybe it's my inner fucking Kate Moss. When she held up the rack of ribs and said, "Oh my god, look how small they are," I thought it looked fairly decent to me. I'm not gonna lie. When she held up those ribs and she said, "Oh my god, look how small it is. Look at this portion, it's so small," I actually thought it was quite decent. I didn't really understand what she was complaining about. But I love how she said her dad used to take her to TGI Fridays every month. Babe, that's the problem at first. That's the first issue you have. Daddy taking you to TGI Fridays every month because he was guilty, because he felt guilty for divorcing your mum, and then thus kind of adding to your fucking obesity isn't a good thing. Going to TGI Fridays every month as a kid is not a good thing. I swear to God. Your parents should be taking you to those fast restaurants that often. That's a little bit too much. When you're growing, when you're young, you shouldn't be in the habit of eating that sort of slop. And she's holding up these rack of ribs, acting as if like it's a bad, like that's not a bad amount of ribs. That's a decent rack of ribs that you're gonna get from a fast food chain. You know, I'd be more than happy if I was served at some fucking place that had like it had fucking Ed Sheeran playing on fucking super extra loud. You know, and you got the whole rack of ribs with fries, a little bit of coleslaw, whatever, and a drink for like £15. That's a decent enough meal. Like, what else do you want? How else do you want this? You think this is gonna be like Texas barbecue shit? Is that what she's expecting? She's expecting slow roast Texas barbecue rack of ribs. Like, it's small. No, it isn't. It's a normal size. It's not small at all. What's she talking about? It's small. What a fucking legend. One more time. What an absolute legend this girl is. Allegedly, her name, by the way. Do you guys want to know her name is? Do you guys want to know what her name is? Her name is UK Thanos. That's her name. Her social media name is UK Thanos. I'm not sure why she calls herself that, because that makes you sound like a beast. I would want
powerful bunch.
Big up Mr. O.
Big back activities.
Super, super big back. The biggest back. But calling yourself Mr. Thanos, sorry, UK Thanos, is fucking crazy. She looks huge. Like, it makes you seem like a fucking planet, you know? But let's watch it. Let's watch it one more time, because she's fucking amazing. Let's watch her one more time.
Guys, so I'm here at TGI Fridays. I actually just want to know what happened to TGI. Look at the size of the roast. My dad actually used to bring me here monthly, and it was banging. Now, is this a kid's meal or what? Did I order the wrong thing? I just need a member of staff, to be honest. I'm about to eat this entire meal for free. Excuse me?
Powerful bunch.
Her real name is Agostina.
Yeah. Oh, I fucking hate this guy, man. I fucking hate this guy. It's fucking insane. Oh, big up Asada Zeus, man. That's necessary though. Sometimes you need that, innit? You're going a little bit too hard on someone, so be like, hold on. Why are you talking? You know? Sometimes you need that. You need to be brought back down to earth. I'm out here yapping, you know what I mean? Giving it all the big into fucking UK Thanos. Like, hold on. You're a Thanos too. Alright, fair.
Excuse me. For a human being. Yeah. Look at the size of the rib. Is this a joke? £25. Really sorry. Is this a joke? You gave me the scraps from the kitchen or what? Hold on, guys. They now said they're calling the police for me. Hold on. Yeah? What was that?
Was it correct that you said you weren't going to pay for the meal?
Yep, exactly.
Unfortunately, we will have to call the police.
In fact, I want you to call the police right now so they
okay.
can see the type of meals you're serving in human beings. Are you sure these are not human remains? Look at the size of the bone.
We're pretty sure.
Look at the size of the meal. Call the police. Stop wasting my time. Call the police.
Are you sure that's not human remains, you know? Honestly, she's kind of funny. She's kind of key in her own way. She's kind of key. But there's actually an update regarding her, right? I think I saw an update on the Shade Bro. Let's quickly do that and then we'll move on. There's actually an update regarding. There we go. There's an update regarding her. There she is. UK Thanos claps back. I wonder what she's going to say. I'm curious to see what her response is going to be. I'm honestly curious to see what her response is going to be for that clip that was incredibly embarrassing, right? How does she respond to people saying that she's rude, saying that she's entitled, calling her a piece of shit, whatever it may be? Let's see how she responds. I'm curious. How does UK Finance respond?
Is let's put logic behind this. How does me apologizing to a bunch of strangers on the internet help TGI Fridays or even the staff? I beg you, man, fuck off and get employment. You're under shade, bro, writing paragraphs. I'm even seeing people.
Oh, I love the accent, by the way. I think she's the accent the accent's giving Birmingham, Bristol, Brighton, something with a B. The accent, I can hear it. It's something with a B. Brighton, Bristol, Birmingham, something around that type of area. But LOL at her court. I love this, by the way. People that are criticizing her in the comments section are unemployed, but her going and filming herself, you know, trying to fucking scam a free meal out of TGI Friday is not unemployed behavior.
People I know, one of them, you're disappointed in me. You're not disappointed in the fact that you're 21 with 3 baby dads. You're not disappointed about that fact. You don't even have a job.
Oh, whataboutism. I love a good whataboutism. I love a good whataboutism.
Yeah? The other one, your brother sat in jail for rape. You're not disappointed about that fact. I'm seeing girls who used to go to Primark and stuff sandals in their drawers and walk out talking about me in comment sections. I beg you, man, just... Do you get what I'm saying? Do you actually get what I'm saying? We
don't actually, babe. We're just trying to understand why you're trying to scam TGI Fridays out of, like, I don't know how much even that meal costs. It must be like £10. How much is how much does a ribs? Well, how much does barbecue ribs cost in TGI Fridays? I'm gonna say like £10, £12 at most. What's a meal they cost? A cost of a BBQ ribs at TGI Fridays, a full rack of ribs is a popular choice, may require £5. £5? It's £5. No way is it £5. It can't be £5. That's not true. Okay, let's just look at the menu. It's not £5. No way is it £5. Let's spend our time going through the TGI Fridays menu. Why the fuck not? How much is it? It's not £5. Nachos, wings, steaks, chicken, burgers. Where's the ribs? That's somewhere here, right? There you go, ribs. First, grill. Our ribs are marinated and slow cooked before being Oh, okay, cool. It's pretty expensive. Oh, okay, it's still not enough to scam, to be honest. Half a rack is $19.40 and a full rack is $24.80. What she was eating was a half a rack, right? Was that half a rack? What she had? That was a half a rack, I'm assuming. Is that a half rack of ribs? But she probably ate the other half. That's the thing, you know what I mean? She probably ate the other half, so I can't tell if that is a whole rack or a half a rack. But still, you should have, if you can't afford to eat, don't go outside. You know what I mean? Like, let's not run these games, man. Let's not run these games, because that's kind of embarrassing for sis. I'm not gonna lie.
We actively encourage you to call TGI Fridays in Bristol and find out the truth. I actually encourage.
Oh, it's Bristol. Yeah, it is Bristol. So as I thought, it's Bristol. It's Bristol. But she's from Bristol. And before I recognize that accent.
You go ahead. Ask them how nasty I was to their staff. Ask them. I'm broke, I'm a bum. Really, how can I be? Thanks to you guys, that will never be the case. On the 15th, I can even walk in there and buy the entire shop. Okay?
Let's relax on that one. Let's relax. How you trying to scan? Like, honestly, I love this new generation. I love social media in general. You're the one out here embarrassing yourself on social, but then you want to start flexing. How are you flexing when you're trying to scam TGI Fridays out of free ribs by acting as if they're too small? You're not even complaining that they're not cooked or not edible. You're just saying it's too small, so you want it for free. Like, huh?
All this bullying. You guys think you can intimidate me with social media, honestly? Do you think you have changed any sequence of events in my day because you're on social media writing paragraphs under shade bar, calling me a pig, calling me a bum, calling me a tractor, a lorry? I'm very self-aware. I definitely know I'm fat. You've wasted your time writing all this bullshit. And this.
To be fair, when you keep saying you're self-aware and you start listing off all the insults, actually you listed quite a few. Remembering all the insults people have called you off by heart doesn't prove that you're not hurt, you know? That kind of means that you are kind of hurt and some stuff stuck. If you're reciting all of the insults from memory, that's pretty crazy.
Shit, bro, what do you want me to do? Must I now commit suicide? Honestly, go. I'm not apologizing.
But that's a crazy name to call yourself. I just think about that. Like, as a girl, calling yourself UK Thanos, it's kind of wild, bro. That is kind of a wild name to call yourself. That tells everything about her, innit? That she's embracing this image of like being a beast. Most girls don't want to be referred to as beast, but she's literally, you know, I am a beast. I have become beast. Okay, cool. Well, hope she gets sorted. Hope she's okay. Hope she doesn't get arrested. Because this country as well can be a little bit fucked up. So, you know, you run a scam on TGI Fridays for fucking 25 quid ribs. You get a fine, you get a warrant out for your arrest. It could get really dicey very quickly. So, although this looks like a minor issue, this could end up escalating to be a big issue. Hopefully it doesn't, touch wood. But this is some bummy behavior, I'm not gonna lie. It's really bummy. And as a black person, I kind of feel a little bit embarrassed. I'm not gonna lie. If it was kind of embarrassed to see a sister out here debasing and embarrassing herself like that, you know what I mean? It's like, it's not that deep, bro. It's just some ribs. It's just some ribs. Oops. Continue on. Let's go. What we got here? From Bryn with love from Snozzel. No, let's do this one. What the fuck has Bubba done to his face? Happy anniversary. What's this one? Big up the Tfatk subreddit. Big up the Tfatk subreddit. What's this on again? Happy anniversary, Brendan Shaw. Weird one. Between packing and living in an Airbnb. Oh, holy shit. They are so perfect for each other, innit? They are so perfect for each other, bro. Between packing and living in an Airbnb. For a couple of days before we head to Texas, but we can get through anything. What does that caption even mean? Happy anniversary. Weird one. Between packing and living in an Airbnb for a couple of days before we head to huh? She's trying to say three things in one paragraph. She's wishing him happy anniversary, cool, and then she's trying to say this is a weird one because we're living out of a suitcase basically. But then she mentions that we're going to, like, what? I'm not too surprised that Brendan has 2 degrees. Considering what you guys have told me in the stream chat about how degrees work in America and if you play sports and shit, it's not so out of this world that Brendan's got 2 degrees. But if it ever came to light that Slow Joe somehow has 2 degrees too, I'm gonna scream. I might faint. I'll be aghast. My mouth will be on the floor. I can kind of understand how Brendan scammed his way to 2 degrees. I can get it. He plays sports, right? Double majors, blah, 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 blah. But if somebody told me that Slow Joe graduated from a place with 2 degrees, I'll be stunned. Stunned into silence. because this woman is like super, super dumb, but not in a CTE dumb. She's like dumb, like she didn't really go to school dumb, like dumb, you know, where she decided earlier on, you know what, I'm gonna trade my looks for like, you know, career advancement. I'm not gonna focus, the school thing ain't for me. I'm just gonna use my looks, which is understandable because she's a pretty girl. But God Almighty, bro, like that caption is that'll hurt your brain. Happy anniversary, weird one, comma, between packing and living in an Airbnb for a couple of days before we head to Texas, but we can get, huh? It's like, what are you even saying? What grammar? Like, is English your first language? Like, what? It's tough. It's really, really tough. My life has been tough. Fuck DSP. Big up DSP. Next one. Let's do this one here. Let's do that one. Let's do that one. What's happening here? What's happening here? What's happening here? What's happening here? From Bren with love to Schnozzella.
Yeah. All right. What do we got, kids?
To Schnozzella. That's fucking incredible, bro. I guess that's Sanaz or Sainaz mixed with Joanna Zenella Schaub. That's a very clever mix there. Schnozzella. Let's play this. What's this one about? Defense mechanism, isn't it? Like, he actually feels emotionally vulnerable and a little bit exposed, and he kind of hides himself behind the camera, behind the microphone, you know? Digs his nose in there. It's almost like a comfort thing. It brings him some level of relief, makes him feel good. But just imagine how you'd feel if you're Joanna Schaub. Imagine if you're Joanna, you're at home, and you see this clip. You see him, like, looking longingly into Sanaz's eyes, and she says she's sad that they're leaving, that she can't come with them. And then he reminds her, you wouldn't be sad if you would come. Double entendre, by the way. You know, if you're sad, I can make you come, right? You can come if you're sad. You know, double entendre there. Could you imagine how Slow Joe must feel seeing that?
That's two parts. What's been your favorite and least favorite thing about Austin?
Like, there, what is he close, when he closes his eyes right there, what do you think he's thinking about? Do you think he's thinking about Tiger's swing? Is he thinking about coaching those other kids? Is he thinking about
Powerful bunch?
Yeah, big up Sanders is.
I can empathize with Papa. Just like Corey Holcomb said, my side B was humming on my balls for 20 minutes straight and I'm supposed to just leave her?
Yeah. The only thing I've had similar to that experience or that feeling is when you have like a little holiday romance. Like, you go on a trip somewhere and it's not someone that you know, it's like a random person that you meet out there. Usually it's like backpacking. Like, for me, it was like when I went to Nicaragua and shit, you know what I mean? And obviously the time I went to New York for the first time, you end up staying in a hostel, you end up, you know, getting close to a couple of people and shit. And then they end up leaving or you have to leave. And it's like, you know what I mean? Like, that shit hurts. That shit fucking hurts. But I also think there's a different level of hurt when it's like your work side piece fling thing, because that's where I think Sanaz excels. Like, she seems like a very game girl. She knows exactly what the situation is. I don't really, not that this makes any sense, really. Not that this makes any sense. I don't think I heard her speak that much about Brent. This is a weird observation to make, but I don't think I remember hearing Sanaz mention Brendan's kids' names. I remember when the kid was in the office at one point, she was very visibly uncomfortable. When the kid's running around in the office. I think it was Tiger or both kids, Tiger and Boston, both boys. Brendan was recording a show and they were in the background making a bunch of noise. And she was like, really like, no, I don't want to go and like, I don't want to talk to him. And then she had to go and kind of tell him to chill out. But she didn't want to go. You know what I mean? So she kind of felt uncomfortable, like, you know, talking and communicating with Brendan's kids. Which leads me to believe that they were probably knocking boots on the regular. legitimately bummed out, bro. He's legitimately bummed out. The only other time I've seen him that bummed out was when Chris D'Elia got cancelled. That's real. No way that one's real with the picture with the fucking guy in the background or the woman in the background taking a shit. Why she takes a selfie? That's so fucking good. There's a person in there with their is that person got their feet out or something as well. I don't know if they got their feet out there, but God Almighty, man! Oh, so fucking. Oh, anyways, what can you do? 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 What you guys saying in the stream chat? We all know the saying. It takes what? It takes. What's that? We were saying it takes a village to silicone breast and raise the kids. Hilarious. We got Apex Putter. Very early on, she didn't, but that she subsided. Be not unscathed. Leaving the work wife behind can be tough. Exactly. Yeah, exactly. The work wife is different. Hits different. I feel like she's more cool about it than he is. Yeah, for sure. Big up Black American. Yeah, he's definitely catching feelings. He's definitely catching feelings for sure. Big up Johnny Sneed. AZ, please review the Hillary Duff Karen moment. She had a black man taking pictures at her son's soccer game. Really? Okay, cool. I might check that out later actually if I've got some time. Big up Johnny Sneed. You're a legend for that one. Big up My Nuts. I'm a miss those what? Those mummy milkers too, yeah. Big up My Nuts, big up My Nuts, big up My Nuts. What else is going on here? Big up Young God Vibes. Yeah, do you actually think Slowjo watches anything that isn't about her? That's a big point. I can't even imagine Slowjo watching anything. I'm not going to lie. Like, I'd love to hear her. What does she actually watch, entertainment-wise, do you think? What does she get up to? What does Slowjo get up to when she's not posting on social media? I wonder, you know? I don't even know if she even watches anything. Let alone something that's not about her. So, yeah. Oh, that was brilliant. That was brilliant. Whoever made that, you're a fucking legend. Big up that person. Let's continue on. What's he got here? Chombi is an outlier once again. I think we watched this already, right? A lot of these I think we already maybe checked, but let's just probably double check them. Wes Watson talks about getting gadooshed. Big up Wes Watson. Big up Blood Clot Wes Watson. Another friend of the show. Another friend of the show. That's a bit of a weapon as well.
Dude, the craziest thing is grown men who use this word gadooshed. You guys are getting gadooshed by your own fucking mom and your brother and your friends and your cousins. Like, what the fuck? Who the fuck uses any word that has douche in it? A grown man. A video game playing grown loser.
He's a funny character, man. I love how he tries. He's still not figured out that you can't like bully or like, you know, or whatever he's trying to do the internet. It doesn't work. Like, you just gotta move on. You just gotta ignore it and kind of keep on keeping on. But he's still trying to correct son, chat back, clap back, shut down. I don't know what he's trying to do when it comes to this sort of stuff, but it's not working. It really isn't working. But you know, Wes Watson drama is on a whole different kind of lane itself. There's a good channel actually that covers it called Bubba. I think it's Bubba. Check them out. He does really good videos on Wes Watson and that whole crew. But they're a mess, man. That whole alpha male subsect of people, influencers out there is fucking wild, man. Those guys are very, 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 very unhinged. But very entertaining to watch as well. So check out Bubba, Bubba, who covers a lot of Wes Watson stuff as well. A grown man is incapable of not using expletives around children he's coaching.
And Brendan, this part's for you. When you were ejected, what led up to the ump kicking you out right away? Also, what type of coach do you consider yourself personality-wise?
I wish you gave me an option for personalities. What led?
I wish you gave me an option. You can't think of one yourself? You're incapable of thinking of a personality type that you are. Are you calm, calm, collected? Are you fucking always aggro? Are you a pacer up and downer? Are you contemplative? Like, what are you? Like, it's not that difficult. Like, just figure it out, bro. You don't need examples to answer the question.
And up to I just think that's his thing. Like I said, he kicked out 2 or 3 coaches prior to me from another game. Apparently, that's his thing. You know, he's super sensitive.
Imagine you getting triggered because the coach called out on your kid maybe being in tight call, right? And you being very sensitive about that, which led you to try and walk the umpire down. And then later on, post-match, you then try and accuse that very same umpire of being emotional, even though you were the one that set it all in place, or that set the things in action by having an overly emotional response by trying to walk down the fucking umpire. Absolutely hilarious.
I'm fucking Shrek out there, so he's probably already on his heels when I came at him, you know? So it's not like I was that aggressive. So I just think it's...
You were pretty... So he's saying on one hand, which he said just there, I'm this big guy, look like Shrek compared to him or something. I'm this big, muscular, massive guy. I'm basically Jason Momoa to them times fucking 15. Right? He's saying all this stuff to try and suck himself off. But on the same token, he's like, I'm not scary. I'm just this small guy. I'm just a regular guy, you know? Which one are you? Are you the bully? Or are you the fucking victim? Which one are you?
It's more of his issue than mine. You know, it's like, all right, cool. I live to fight another day. As far as coaching, what kind of coach am I? On Tiger, I'm really tough. But I cuss around the kids. You know, I tell the parents.
On Tiger, I'm really tough. Don't worry, bro. We know. There was a time where Brendan would like be bragging about how not tough he is on Tiger. How he likes to take his foot off the pedal, let him kind of do his own thing because he knows what I'm like and blah, blah, blah. But it seems like the older he's getting, Tiger, the more Brendan's trying to put a leash around him. And that's probably not going to end well, you know? That's probably not going to end well, especially when you consider the amount of freedoms and other bits and bobs he's had in his career and his life. It's going to be a bit rich to try and tell that kid, you know, you have to stay in. They'll be like, why? Daddy's always out. He's never around. Why do I have to stay in?
Parents too, like, pretty strict, cuss around the kids. If you don't like it, I get it. I'm not the coach for you.
Again, I don't have kids, so it's a bit difficult to like give an opinion that has any sort of validity to it. But isn't that weird though? Having a coach of your kids' team tell you that, hey, I will cuss in front of the kids. I can't handle it. I can't stop myself. I'm so incapable of stopping my cussing in front of the kids. If it's an issue, go somewhere else. It's like, huh? Why be so competitive straight away? Like, why don't you try and meet them in the fucking middle ground and try and work something out? If it's not those mini short skirts, whatever, maybe it's something a little bit longer or whatever, something. Why does it have to be an instant douchey thing towards the end, you know? It's like, I don't know.
Yeah. I think the parents know I want what's best for them. Yeah. So, you know, everyone's cool with it.
And you have to also think to yourself, like, what does cussing in front of kids actually get you in terms of the outcome that you need for sports? If anything, if I was coaching kids, you'd want them to all feel really loose and comfortable. Even though it's a big deal where they're at, because a lot of these kids are, you know, like how I was, a lot of these kids, all you've been doing is playing against a wall. And now suddenly you're a kid and you're playing in this big stadium somewhere. But if I was a coach, I'd want my quote-unquote kids that I'm coaching to feel like that was just another day in the gym, another day in the park, another day in this AstroTurf that we hired, and not see it as this big thing, which it obviously is, where you're playing in this foreign team's, you know, pitch and shit against the rain elements and da-da-da-da. But on Brendan's side, he's like, nah, I'm going to make him feel pressure from the day we start this training. You know what I mean? He's going to put that kid through fucking hell week to ensure that he becomes pro, and then, I don't know, he gets there, he's like, fuck it, I don't care. I want to eat donuts now. That's when you know you're going to be heartbroken. Oh, anyway, continuing on. Silent Filament? Spillman? What's this? Oh. All the little eye twitches, the little glances over to fucking Sanaz, by the way, are funny. Oh, look at that. Every time he turns his head. I didn't notice that just until now, actually. Every time he turns his head, he kind of always gives Sanaz a little look. He's always kind of looking down there. You know, every time he turns his head, he's always kind of looking. He's always keeping his eye on what she's doing, you know? Maybe getting a couple of sneaky looks at the fucking mummy milkers. But he's always looking for sure. He's always looking. He's always double looking. Making sure Chin ain't getting some of his fucking filthy kimchi hands all over her mummy milkers, you know? Bloody hell. What an interesting person. What an interesting person. Moving on. Never did anything for money, but also the most money's the most also the most money possible. It's hilarious. Let's play this.
135 pounds.
Yeah. Who would I stay? Let me see the heavyweight rankings, Jen. Well, I'd want to make the most money possible, so I'd probably go for a Francis.
I do like that. I do like that Brendan has it in his mind that because of his podcast and stuff, if he did try and get back to UFC or try and get back to fighting in general, he'd be such a big name that he'd want to book him against Francis Ngannou. You know, I don't really understand that level of confidence where he feels like his skills or his personality, his person are comparable to what, you know, what's the fuck he's got going on. It's a strange request. It really didn't really make any sense to me, but people are gonna people, innit? I guess people are gonna people.
135 pounds.
Yeah. Who would I stay? Let me see the heavyweight rankings, Jen. Well, I'd want to make the most money possible, so I'd probably go for a Francis. Started the podcast to make money. I've never done it. I didn't start stand up to make money. I didn't start any podcast to make money.
Which is why you're making money.
I remember this is the thing that Rogan used to say, by the way. He's literally a parrot, innit? He is a parrot, has no personality of his own. Because I remember this being a topic of questioning, a line of questioning along the road when we were touring all the time. I think that is exactly what happened. And suddenly he started to hear voices. I love this guy. I love this guy so much.
Money at it now.
Maybe, yeah. Maybe I've never done anything just like, oh, this is just for the dollars. Like,
yeah, you have a bunch of things you've done for the dollars. But anyway, let's move on. Chombi is an outlier once again.
Boys see this.
Young boys are
girls,
8 years
it's
old.
not
I
good.
think the average age for boys being exposed to
I think we watched that already. Don't worry about it. Watch that already. We watched that porn one already. And then we can move on to the videos now. Let's just do the videos. Let's do the videos. Where is it? Let's do Mark Norman's problem with Eric Andre. Let's do that one. Pick up American REDACT. American REDACT was cheeky though. Something happened. I think American REDACT got told off because I did see him upload a video about Joe List and Kerry Feehan. And I think he titled it something along the lines of like, Kerry's going to cause Joe List's divorce. Because if you know the law of listening to Joe List podcast, which is Choosable Stories with Mark Norman, you would know that Joe List has always, from the beginning of time, had an incredibly hard on for what's her name, Kerry Feehan, the comedian. He's always loved her. And I think they kind of have like a mutual kind of banter and shit between them. Obviously, Joe List is married to another woman who isn't Kerry, but it's been an ongoing joke, like, have they ever, will they ever, blah, blah, blah. So you can imagine how happy probably she is, you know, at the news. But anyway, let's continue. Let's continue. Mark Norman's problem with Eric Andre. Calcio American REDACT. Let's go.
What is our guest? An hour late now? This is impressive.
I had a similar thing. We were doing the other pod, me and Sam, and the producer goes, the guest just said he's going to be, do you mind if he's an hour late? And I go, that's a full pod.
Right.
It can't be an hour late. And I go, he said, do you mind? So I was like, tell him we mind.
Yes.
You asked. And he goes, all right. Okay, he said he can do a half hour late. Is that okay? And I'm like, I guess it's better than an hour, but I'm like, what do you mean is it okay? You're late.
What's a white Negroni? It's got tequila in it.
Oh,
It's on time, is what it is. All right.
All right, so just a few days ago, Eric Andre appeared as a guest on Mark Normand and Sam Morrill's We Might Be Drunk podcast. And the whole thing was pretty awkward. Like, as you just saw in the opening clip there, Eric Andre appeared about an hour late to the scheduled meeting time for the podcast. And before he showed up, Mark and Sam had their producer text him that they did in fact mind that he was going to be an hour.
By the way, big up Mark Norman for the joke, by the way. Big up Mark Norman, because that's the kind of thing that I would... I'm sure some of you guys in stream chat are the same, right? What Mark Norman did there is something that I know a lot of you guys in the stream chat, myself included, you sometimes wish you did yourself. There are occasions in life where you have like this brief encounter with somebody in the street, maybe a little altercation, and you wish you said something. You wish you would have said this, you wish you would have said that. And we've all had those instances. And Mark actually did the thing. He said the thing that he wanted to say, that he would have kicked himself for not saying, but he said it in the person's face. What is that Negroni? Oh, it's a Negroni for people that get home time. Do you have any little joke? But like, you know, you set pace straight away. Like, you let the guy know, nah, you took the piss. Like, big up Mark Normand.
Or late. So even before Eric came, the energy felt pretty off. And for the portion of the podcast that Andre missed out on, Mark Normand and Sam Morrill were already visibly disappointed with Andre.
What is our guest, an hour late now? This is impressive.
Well, I think he'll have some guilt on the way in, and that'll... Hold on.
Josie. Are we let slip on YKWD? They have an open marriage, or she is at least allowed to fuck who she wants. Who are you talking about? Joe List? Is Joe List allowed to fuck? Is Joe List's wife allowed to fuck who she wants? They have some sort of relationship. Huh? Yep, Ari fucked Sarah when they all went camping, and Ari told Bobby Kelly on the no. Who's Ari? Who's Sarah? Who's Sarah? Is Sarah Joe List's wife? Your fellow comedian fucking your wife because you've got an open relationship is a bit too close to home, innit? If you got an open relationship, I don't want to know the person. I don't want them to be like in my friendship group. But maybe that's all part of the. Oh yeah, Sarah. He always mentions her. My bad. Maybe that's all part of the lifestyle. Maybe the lifestyle being an open relationship is that the people that you fuck are people within your little bubble, people within your circle of familiarity. Maybe it's not advantageous if you have an open relationship to be inviting randoms into that circle, because then that person could just disappear or fall in love with somebody else maybe. By the way, isn't Ari meant to be married soon? Isn't Ari engaged? These guys are living some interesting lives, isn't it? At that age, like at that stage in life. I don't know about you, my guys, but the older I'm getting, or just in general, just life is going by, I think if you're a dude that's out here running and gunning and sucking and fucking, enjoy yourself. If you're single, do it. Have a blast. But I don't know, man. I think if you've got a person, just hold on to your person. I'm kind of going that way. Because everybody's into this fucking polyamory, open relationship shit. I would much rather go the opposite, because it just seems like a headache, really. It just seems like a headache. It seems unnecessary. And I don't know. I don't think I'm really that horny, you know? Everyone has their needs and stuff, but I don't think I'm that horny to be needing to have an open relationship like that, you know, having my actual person and having other people within that circle that I can kind of blow my fucking load on. I don't think it's that deep, really, but hey, everyone's got their thing, and everyone's got their thing.
I would love some guilt, because you know it's bad when you fix the guest a drink and the ice is melting.
Oh,
not a great sign. I feel like I got stood up on a date here. What do you drink? I'll be there. Will you?
we should do ice cream next time. And when he shows up, that shit's a puddle. You go, hey, we tried to give you ice cream.
But finally, after about 30 minutes of Mark and Sam going back and forth without Eric Andre present for the show, he finally showed up. And it wasn't quite the Eric Andre that Mark Normand was expecting. Like, I think he was anticipating Andre to be the crazy character everyone loved him as on his hit TV show back in the day. The Eric Andre show, but the Eric Andre they got was like the real-life, chill version of him now, who's in his 40s, doesn't really drink anymore, doesn't even do stand-up comedy anymore, and really just focuses on keeping...
So it's their fault then. Why did they get him as a guest? He doesn't do stand-up, he doesn't drink, he's on some chill shit. Why did they get him as a guest? This whole entire pod's about them drinking, no? He's it's like, what?
Things like his insomnia under control. And Mark and Sam brought this up to Eric, and might I add, the most awkward way possible.
This is the first drink I've had in a long time.
How the hell did
Really?
you sell that?
You
here?
quit comedy, you quit alcohol. What are you still
I
doing?
didn't really drink. I didn't really quit alcohol. I'm just trying to fucking
trying
fit
to
my
puff
old
you.
jeans.
Yeah.
No, puffs me up.
Oh, puffs.
No, I'm feeling puffy.
I'm puffed up.
All right, this is the juice
I want to
side
fit, and I want to fit
coming
my old jeans.
out. All right. What?
You can cut the tension with a knife between him and Mark Norman, though. Mark Norman looks very awkward. He's not really making a lot of eye contact. He does, don't get me wrong, he struggles with eye contact anyway, but Eric is staring at him deeply, and Mark is like not staring at him, you know? Look. Very interesting atmosphere in that studio.
Well, how the hell?
Slide in those old fucking Wranglers.
Well, the sweatpants will help.
No, the sweatpants is because I fucking.
Well, you look
drink.
fine.
I just lost 30 pounds.
Whoa!
Really?
Ozempic?
Manjaro.
So Andre wasn't quite doing the song and dance that Mark Normand was hoping for. And I don't know if you guys heard it in the clip or not, but Mark actually mishears Andre saying that alcohol puffs his face up, thinking that he was saying that it pumps him up. With Mark saying, well, we're trying to pump you up.
Puffs me up, man. I'm trying to fucking.
We're trying
fit
to
my
pump
old
you.
jeans.
We're trying to my old jeans.
Yeah.
No, puffs me up.
Oh, puffs.
And Mark actually spoke more about his issue with this on the other podcast he does with his underling, Joe List, mentioning his disappointment with Eric Andre's deflated spirit during their show together.
We had him on the pod, the drunk pod. I'm like, Eric Andre, we got broken, what do you call those, breakaway glasses? We were all prepared because we're like, he's a crazy, wild guy. Sam hit me with the breakaway glass. He's like, geez, what are you doing? And I'm like, you're the guy. You're Eric Andre.
Oh, wow.
And then I was like, you want a drink? You crazy, wild dude? He's like, oh, I'm off the drink. If I have one sip of alcohol, I can't sleep at night. He's like, I'm off caffeine. I'm like, what are you, crazy? It was like a...
I don't know if this is his fault. I'm not gonna lie. This sounds like a you problem, bro. You had a lot of expectations coming into that interview. He didn't meet them. Like, you built him up in your head a certain way. If Eric Andre is a legit comedian who's running in those circles, why didn't you know how he is? You should have had an idea of what he's like behind the scenes. You should have had an idea of like what he's like now at his stage of his life. He's obviously made some changes to his lifestyle, whatever it may be, and he's looking better for it. He said he lost 30 pounds, even if it is with fucking Manjaro. Like, I don't really think this is an Eric Andre problem. This sounds like more like a you problem. Maybe Mark Norman really looks up to Eric Andre. Maybe Eric Andre is like Mark Norman, the North Star. So he was a bit gutted that he met his hero and he was #1 super late, and he didn't really look like he was up for any kind of falling around or tomfoolery. But I don't think Eric Andre did anything wrong. I'm not gonna lie. I think this is more of a Mark issue.
Evil Knievel being in a wheelchair.
Interesting.
It was kind of a bummer.
But even though Eric Andre's crazy...
Yeah, big up Ason. He expected the character. That's the problem, though. Like, I don't know. I don't really watch much. I didn't really watch Eric Andre the show anyway. I know I'm familiar with the guy, but has he ever been the character off mic, or has it always been a on camera character? People, let me know in the stream chat. Has Eric Andre always been as crazy off the show as he is on the show? I don't think so. I think the whole thing is like it's a character he plays on the show. Why would you think he would be the same character off the show?
Crazy side didn't make an appearance on their podcast. I think whatever Mark was doing
Powerful
just made it
bunch.
worse.
Yo, big up JE for life. Appreciate you, brother. Big up JE for life. What a G. Appreciate you. Big up JE for life. What a fucking G. Thank you for the fucking gifted membership bomb. You're an absolute G. Big up 6 months. Damn, what's a long time. Hope to see the end of the marathon before the 6 months. That would be embarrassing if I'm on like day 3, innit? If I'm on like day 3 in fucking August.
Powerful bunch.
Big up JE for life. You're a legend. Thank you for this membership bomb, bro. Big up JE for life. You're a legend. Thank you for the membership bomb. You're a fucking G.
because he seemed to upset Andre with some of the questions in the beginning of his show. Because it seemed
Powerful
as if Mark
bunch.
Norman was just bringing up things Eric Andre was known for from over 10 years ago. And on top of that, he got some of the details of those old...
It's been 10 years since the show's been on. What? When did the
Powerful bunch.
Eric Andre show last air? What's he been doing since then? Wow, I didn't know it's been off for air for 10 years. No way, it can't have been on that long. Okay, it premiered.
Powerful bunch.
Okay, cool. The last season was 2023. Oh, okay. It premiered in 2012, but it finished in 2023. I'm about to say, I thought it was that what? Like, it didn't finish that long ago. But what's he been doing?
Powerful
since then? I wonder.
bunch.
Okay. Interesting. Big up Dre for life. You're a legend. Appreciate you. Let me get the video back on here. Where is it? There you go.
old events wrong. Like when Mark brought up Eric's old relationships with actress Rosario
Powerful
Dawson
bunch.
and IG model Amber Rose,
You
which
telling
Eric
me
seemed
Tom
not
Cruise
too pleased
isn't a
to...
secret agent?
Oh, sorry. Big up SRDC. Apologies for that one. Let me play it one more time. Apologies.
Powerful bunch.
You telling me Tom Cruise isn't a secret agent? Big up SRDC.
to be revisiting.
With him and his son.
Hell yeah. He was on time for that one. No one has taken more black people to the promised land. Pat Riley.
I just rewatched that special.
That's great.
That's a great fucking
How
special.
the Knicks doing?
Knicks are, as of today, we're going tonight.
We're going
we're
tonight,
still
baby.
in it. We're still alive, baby.
We're in the nosebleed, but
Do you
we're
want me to
going.
move my shit out of
No.
the frame?
You're
It's too
good.
much.
You're good. What brings you back to the big app?
I never wanted to be in LA for so long. It was like it's like the Bermuda Triangle. I kept getting sucked back in.
But you got to bang Rosario Dawson, so I would move out there for that.
That was 10 years ago, and that was here.
Oh, shit.
New York's better, baby.
New York.
What about Amber Rose?
It's tough though, isn't it? It's like I don't blame I don't know how to say this. Those types of jokes are tough though, because some guys don't take those type of jokes. You know, like, does it make sense? Some guys don't take those type of jokes well. Some guys just don't take those well. If their relationship ended well or not, they just see it a little bit weird. Like, why are you talking about my, like, why is she on your mind? You know? Some guys don't take that type of, some guys will take that joke well and will know what you kind of mean. Rosario Dawson is a well-known actor and very attractive. Most men are kind of into her and whatever, and will see it as a compliment. But some guys will see it as like, why do you have her on your mind? You know? That was kind of awkward. I don't think he liked that. I don't think Eric Andre liked that at all.
You want to talk about my love life?
Sure. You got a good piece.
Let's fucking put it
You
all out
didn't
on the
lube him up
table.
at all. You just went right in.
You went right into my love life?
We go way
Finish
back.
that.
Oh, look how red he is. Oh, bless Mark Normand, man. Bless him. Look how red he got. Look how red he is. Look how red he is. Look how red Mark Normand is. Oh, bless him. Bless him, bro. He's feeling it. He's feeling it. Eric Andre really put him on fucking attention. Like, what? You want to talk about my love life now? Is that what you want? You want to talk about my dick? You want to talk about my dick? Is that what I came here for? Is this fucking Tfatk or something? I thought this was Are We Drunk? This isn't the Fire of the Kid, right? Why are you talking about my dick then?
You married.
Yeah.
So your
listen to
love
that.
life.
Eric also didn't really like the fact that Mark Norman kept bringing up his old jokes that he used to tell on stage when he was still an active stand-up comedian. Because if you're not caught up with the current Eric Andre in 2025, he actually quit stand-up comedy, with the last time he performed...
Oh, so he's got a lot of common. Brendan Schaub, doesn't it? Big up. Eric Andre and Brendan Schaub have a lot in common there.
on stage being in 2020. So for him, it's been over for a while now. And it seems like he would have rather spoken about his current endeavors instead, which is more so in television and podcasting. But being that Mark Normand and Sam Morril make their living from stand-up comedy, of course they're still going to ask him about it, which turned out exactly as you'd expect.
Yeah, what are you working on? You got a pod?
All right, I guess that's...
Look at the heavy pause that they have. Look at the heavy pause that they have there. They are drinking as much as possible to make this episode bearable, like, so it's not as uncomfortable as it is there. And then Eric is just like, you know, probably pretty sober. Maybe he's had one drink, and he's definitely not feeling those guys. They're definitely not his friends. This is so awkward. To be fair, this is actually quite refreshing. I do prefer this sort of stuff than the whole like pretending we're all friends, pretending we're the best of friends, and we're having the greatest time, and we're gonna same comedy, and yay, Joe Rogan, LA Comedy Store, the Laugh Factory. It's actually kind of nice that they're having this is like a normal human interaction where sometimes it doesn't go well. I like this. I actually like this. I'm not going to say I actually like this. It's very awkward, but it's very real.
We're out of time. I'm an hour.
Yeah, we'll show your dates.
Yeah. I'm playing at the Chuckle Factory in Coyote Bladder, Mississippi.
That's a good one.
Doing stand-up?
Yeah, that's one of the
I'm
best.
not doing stand-up anymore. I haven't done stand-up since 2020, like right before COVID.
Jesus Christ. You'd think if you're a fan of him, you'd know that though, isn't it? It's a little bit embarrassing on their side. If Mark is meant to be this like big Eric Andre fan, and he's, you know, you're known to be like, he was taking a piss saying, oh my god, he wasn't wacky, he wasn't this, he was a bit boring. If he's known to be the wacky guy to you, you should have also done a quick Google before he arrived and just kind of find out where he's kind of where his mind state is at the moment, you know? Because his state of mind is, because he's clearly not that same guy he was, you know, back then. But it seems like Mark wants that guy.
COVID. I like filmed my Netflix special. I edited it. February 2020, delivered it, and then COVID hit, and then people were like, "We'll do stand up on Zoom." I was like, "I'm not fucking doing stand up on Zoom."
We're shaking our heads, but we did it.
And then
a lot of it.
I taped a special on Zoom. It was terrible.
For me, I keep it clean. I only do clean material.
Yeah.
Since the beginning. Never did one dirty joke.
I know your whole act. Baconator, the Anthony Bourdain.
Oh my God, those jokes are from 15 years ago.
Well, you were making.
You're in a fucking fog.
I remember everything.
Do you get mad when people remember the really old shit?
Well, he hasn't written anything.
No, I haven't written anything since. That's all it is.
Oh.
Cheers.
I kind of quit.
Toast.
Oh,
You show me naked
Eric,
up on
get
the
in there.
thing. You guys are fucking distracting.
We're very distracting.
Cheers. What did you?
So yeah, the show was slightly awkward,
Fucking
but since I am personally trying to beat the reaching allegations, I'm not going to paint this like Eric hates.
Hey, he made a reference to it because I said American Redact made a video talking about Joe List and Carrie Feehan, however you fucking say her name, the woman with the OnlyFans, and she does stand up as well, with the dark haired lady. And he basically was insinuating that Kerry's gonna break up Mark Normand's marriage because they're clearly fucking and not knowing that it's like a running bit that they got, that Joe List is like in love with Kerry. But now I've learned, courtesy of Joseph in the stream chat, that maybe there's some truth to it. Maybe Joe List has a loose boundaries marriage that may allow him to kind of get up to some fun stuff. So maybe American Redact wasn't reaching after all. Maybe he wasn't reaching after all.
It's these two guys, or like there's any underlying beef going on here. I think the hosts of the show were slightly annoyed with Eric Andre, his timeliness, and his slouchy vibe, and as professional touring comics would, they made jokes about him being late, which at that point sort of fell flat.
What's a white Negroni? It's got tequila in it?
Oh,
It's
shit.
on time, is what it is. All right.
Hello.
But yeah.
And I think Eric Andre was actually somewhat unimpressed with Mark Normand's interview questions, since they were mostly focused on when he peaked in Hollywood with the Eric Andre Show, which might I remind you premiered in May of 2012, an entire 13 years ago.
How the hell did you sell the Eric Andre show? How do you do that? The show's wacky. You're falling through a table.
Well,
You're
everybody
naked.
passed. Everybody passed except Adult Swim. So it wasn't like it wasn't selling like hotcakes. There wasn't a bidding war.
Yeah.
But Adult Swim they were looking for a talk show at the time because they hadn't had Space Ghost on the air for a while. So,
Oh, yeah.
So I made like a little demo reel with Hannibal and this like shitty abandoned bodega in Bushwick or Bed-Stuy.
Yeah.
That's nuts.
So the entire mixture.
Come on, man. You can't blame Eric Andre for this interview at all. I think Mark Norman probably got his feelings hurt because somebody that he kind of likes from afar, like, and maybe he's using a lot of hyperbole, right? In terms of, oh, I'm a big Eric Andre fan. No, you might just like him creatively, right? You might like what he represents, you know, that kind of loose, say what you want, do what you want energy, the chaos of it all, and you want to maybe kind of take a bit of that and put it in his act. But I don't think it means he's like this big Eric Andre fan, because he doesn't really know anything about the guy. Because if you're a fan of somebody, I think you kind of understand their personality a little bit, you know? You kind of get what makes them tick. So you would know that he wouldn't really enjoy being asked questions about a show that he did like 13 years ago, especially if he's trying to reinvent himself, especially if he's trying to refine that magic that made Eric Andre's show so good. Maybe he has some sort of resentment about how it ended. Maybe he's pissed off that he can't essentially put that lightning back into the bottle again and do it again with another show. So if you're a fan, you would be attuned of that. You'd kind of understand, okay, cool, you know? So this is less to do with Eric Andre being late and Eric Andre being boring, and more to do with these motherfuckers drinking too much and not preparing any questions, not doing the basic Googles, not listening to maybe a couple of recent interviews with Eric Andre and other platforms to kind of judge where he's at in his head. You know, they did nothing, and then they complained that Eric Andre was late. Come on, bro. You guys didn't do that much, really. Big up Joe. Imagine AZ talking like that, making random show. Big up Joe. Big up Joe in the stream chat too.
Mixture of attitude, expectation, and timing sort of clashed between the three of these guys.
Oh, big up Josie. Okay, my husband heard the podcast American REDACT is referencing, and even he said, "Are they banging?" Okay, cool. So there was some sort of vibe. There was some sort of sexual tension in the air between them. Okay, good to know.
Which made for a slightly awkward podcast in some moments of the show. And towards the end, when they finally brought up a current endeavor Eric Andre is focused on right now, which is his podcast, Bombing with Eric Andre, it almost seemed to be brought up in the conversation.
Hold on. Eric Andre is a bit of a fucking mad guy though, isn't it, right? He doesn't want to talk about stand-up comedy, but then he's got a show called Eric Andre, Bombing with Eric Andre, which probably the clue is in the name. Most likely this is a show where he talks to comedians about the worst bombs they've ever had. Right? So he doesn't want to talk about stand-up because he's quit, but then he's got a show that talks about stand-up. Okay.
Podcast, Bombing with Eric Andre, it almost seemed to be brought up in the conversation too late, and Eric was once again sort of defeated at the notion of having the two of them on as...
Yeah, big up Jack Donny Jr. Story Wars with Kerry? Yeah, bro, that's his second wife. Okay, cool. Okay. Joe Liss out here running and macking.
Guests.
If you agree, stare at me blankly. Thank you.
So good.
He was great. We'll get him
Funny.
on here one day.
Funny.
Or if we need a lawyer.
Well, dude, you got
lawyer.
You got the new pod, Eric Andre podcast.
Yeah, you guys got to come on.
I'd love to.
Come on, we shoot up the street.
Well, we had some good bombing stories here.
Yeah,
I
gotta think of a better one if I come on. But so you talk about your worst bomb.
Oh, he didn't laugh at all, did he? That Mark Norman joke was kind of funny, right? We got some good bombing stories from this episode, and Eric Andre didn't laugh. He didn't say anything. This is tense. This is awkward. This is very... But I wonder if Eric Andre is also doing this on purpose. He's also letting them sit in this awkwardness. He's not saying it's fine. He's not saying any filler words, any comfort words. He's just allowing the awkwardness to just sit right there in that room.
Yeah, I just have guests come on and just say, "What's the shittiest show you ever did?" I guess you don't have to come on anymore.
No.
I have others. Trust me.
Okay,
got
good.
a million.
And more, and potentially more to come.
That's true.
Potentially more to come.
Many.
That's true.
So you just do the Cellar. The Cellar's the only good place to do it.
No, there's other
Comedy
good
club's getting
places.
good.
Yeah, there's good spots.
But by far the most awkward moment of the podcast actually came at the very end, which happened when Mark asked Eric advice for writing a movie. And after about an hour of feeling like a lesser stand-up comedian in comparison to the two of these guys, this was finally a field that Eric undeniably had more experience in than Mark and Sam. Since Eric has been in that very industry for the entirety of his career post The Eric Andre Show. I mean, he's been a voice actor for a slew of huge box office animated movies, and he's even written some comedy movies. So after hearing that these two wanted some advice, Eric Andre simply tells Mark Normand and Sam Morrill to educate themselves before taking on such a huge task, to which Normand and Morrill seemed sort of defensive about.
Well, any advice for we wrote a movie. Yeah. And I think we're making some headway on it.
And we got a director in the
That's
back
our director right there.
Jonah.
I know it's fucking production hell. You got to just keep pitching it. You got to go to meetings.
These comedians, man, they just can't stay in their lane, innit? Like, everyone wants to get into movies. Everyone wants to be a fucking TV star. Everyone wants to be a fucking Hollywood movie star. Hollywood's literally crumbling, right? Hollywood, the institution of Hollywood is crumbling. The gatekeepers are slowly but surely losing their power or their grip on society and whatever else it may be. This is the time to actually go ahead and do your own thing and double down on it. Whether it's self-funding something, whether it's rating, whatever you have to do. Do you know what I mean? Just this is the time to actually do that and double down super hard. But instead, there are some people out there who are just, who are still trying to hold on to the golden days, the good old days. When Hollywood was Hollywood, which is, again, still bizarre, but I guess it is what it is.
What do you mean his story? He just said Netflix bought it immediately.
Oh, yeah, good point.
No, my thing?
Yeah.
Took 8 years. Netflix didn't buy it immediately.
Oh, never mind.
No. We were in the doldrums for fucking almost a decade.
We'll figure it out.
What
nightmare?
What's the move? Just do it yourself, or?
Well, what's the question?
Well, the question.
I'll give you my.
God almighty. These guys do not mix well, man. This is like fucking oil and water shit. They do not blend. They do not blend at all.
My advice, I'm not fucking J.J. Abrams.
We've never written a movie before, so we're in the dark here.
I think it's a pretty funny
movie.
Educate yourself. Take screenwriting class.
Well, we finished the script.
And that's not what I'm talking about.
Oh, okay.
Read Save the Cat.
Reddit.
Robert McKee, read all that shit. Sure. You got to educate yourself. Find a coach, find a script writing coach that you trust.
Well, we wrote with two other writers who have.
Fucking hell, bro. Do you have any advice? Go educate yourself. You got Google, right? You got a smartphone. I don't know. Google it, innit? Find out. Eric Andre is a legend, honestly. Eric Andre is a legend.
Experience with
it. And then the story.
At the end of the day, though, this podcast was less of a train wreck and more of a missed connection. You had two.
Yeah, he's right. It wasn't really a misconnection. It really was a misconnection, but God almighty, mate. Eric Andre, I think he sensed the tension. There's probably a reason why he was an hour late. To be fair as well, to be fair to him. At least this is something I'm going to say. Let's go back to the beginning. They got pissed off because Eric Andre was an hour late, right? He said he was already late before when the show started. They said it's going to be an hour. And they got pissed off because they wanted to obviously speak to him, but they also thought it was disrespectful, like as if he's like taking the piss on purpose. Like, hey, I'm going to take as long as I want. I'll get them later to happen. I wonder if that was what he was also pissed off about. I'm not too sure. But I love that how, like a true comedian, he managed to somehow get himself, how can I say, back in control of the conversation. He came into it at a disadvantage because he turned up late, but he still somehow at the end of the flipping show he was at an advantage. He played them pretty well. I'm not going to lie. You have to big up fucking Eric Andre.
The day, though, this podcast was less of a train wreck and more of a missed connection. You had two stand-up purists hoping...
Big up Josie. It feels like he was late for whatever reason. They felt big timed and then they took it out on him once he got exactly. That's a brilliantly put. I was gonna say that, but I think I was also gonna add, like, I think they took the lateness thing. Like, not even like a big time thing. I think Eric Andre was also annoyed that they were annoyed that he was late, because I think, you know, in that kind of world of being a comedian, whatever, doing that kind of job, there's probably, you know, they kind of know things kind of pop up out of the blue. You have to do other things. Maybe you got audition, maybe you got a reading, maybe you got this, maybe you got that. So he probably would have hoped for a better understanding from people who work in the industry, basically, right? Fellow DJs. We thought, you know what? These guys will get what I mean about being late, so they're not going to be super harsh. But obviously it didn't work out that way.
to vibe with the unhinged shock comedy persona of Eric Andre, and what they got instead was a more grounded, introspective version of the man. And there's
I also think it was a little bit entitled as well, to be demanding that he arrives at a certain time. I don't know. Sit there and record anyway, whatever he's doing. What? But I felt the whole like, oh yeah, you have to be here at a certain time thing to be fucking super strange. In my humble opinion, again, you know, what do I know? And that's about it, right? We finished that one. Big up American Reader. That's pretty good. That was a pretty good one, actually. Big up American Reader, because I definitely want to check that out. I definitely want to watch that. So big up American Good, fucking good, really fucking good. Big up American REDACT, and big up Blood Clot Eric Andre too. I'm a big fan of Eric Andre now. Big up Younger Vibes. This pod is straight dookie. He showed up. They are pissed about his swim. Went on for hours. Aki Z, Humdrum. I think Sam might be the meanest conversation start to make money most of the time, becoming insufferable things. Yeah, true. That's true. Sorry, Humdrum says I kind of like Sam, but her moment these are cool. Joe says, who funds all these guys? Jack Tony Jr. I guess I find scheduling strange. Strange. What's that? I guess scheduling is strange. Oh, okay. Big John. Sorry. Jack Tony Jr. Sorry, I'm literally fucking having trouble reading what you're saying because it sounds like a diss. It sounds like a fucking sneak diss. So I think my brain's having a hard time trying to read it. All right, let's read it one more time. We got Jack Tony Jr. I guess finding scheduling strange is on brand for AZ, unlike the rest of the world. Okay, fair. Touche, sir. Touche. Touche. It's a diss. It's not a sneak diss. Okay, you got Jack Tony Jr. I'm not sneaking. It's a diss. Trust me. Okay. Noted, my kind sir. Noted, my kind sir. Let's continue. Let's do Brandon Schaub and Bryan Callen got worse again, courtesy of Retroactive. New video just dropped, courtesy of Retroactive. New video just dropped, courtesy of Retroactive. Let's react to this one. Let's see what this is saying.
Yeah, I got beat up way worse than her multiple times. I didn't get 30 mil.
That's a lot of money.
Granted, I signed up for it.
Yeah, she did too, in a way. I'm not saying she signed up for that abuse. No, you got
what? Honestly,
you got to take responsibility. You're not just a victim. Take responsibility. There's this narrative that she was a wilting flower and was under his spell.
Why, Callen? Why, with your alleged history, would you say these things?
Exactly.
Everybody has to take responsibility. That's my thing. It's like,
yeah, accountability really is his thing. Even a big fan of these two must have enough going on upstairs to go, huh?
Big up Amy Kaufman. Big up Blood Clot Amy Kaufman. Amy Kaufman. An absolute legend. She is the Terminator of the stand-up comedy scene, especially in LA. She came through with a fucking blowtorch and basically threatened everybody to quit all their shitty foods, and if I'm not mistaken, calls certain places to get, you know, bother at none of their fucking delivery cars or things gonna get jacked. Absolutely crazy. But big up Amy Kaufman. She's a legend. She'll go down in history books. Come on, you piece of shit.
That was weird. Nobody in the diddler's warpath is responsible for his actions. He is. How hard is it to just say that on your podcast instead?
responsibility for the condition you're in.
Yeah.
And you got to take responsibility for being in something for 8 years. 8 years? Come on. You got to.
Whether Cassie is involved or not, knew what Diddy was, it doesn't change the endless evidence against the diddler. Why do I even have to say this? For many obvious reasons, this is not a good look and can't be saved with saying, we're not defending him minutes after.
He tells Diddy Trial she would give back the $20 million to redo it all over again. No, you wouldn't. No, you wouldn't.
See, that, my thing, Bubba,
Kick me in the
is
stomach.
my thing is that you got to take
Jesus
responsibility for the
Christ.
condition you're in.
Yeah.
And you got to take responsibility for being in something for 8 years.
What does that even mean, though? What does that even mean? So, like, everybody that you're in a relationship with, is it that you get away with some madness because they love you? Huh? What are you even talking about, G?
8 years? Come on.
And thanks, Brendan. Kick me in the stomach for 30 million. Nah, just fail upwards. It's easy. Just be born in the right place. You've joined the illustrious group of Kanye and Kanye in terms of defending Diddler. Good job. Yeah, guys, take responsibility just like us. Two alleged rich kids who run away from all of their issues and failed businesses. Not like that lady the Diddler Hulk smashed on evidence, no. Don't worry about that. Chin and Sanaz working overtime with these topic choices before the Texas move.
Oh, he's on Twitter too. Big up Peter Schaub. He's on Twitter. I didn't know that. Big up Young Old Vibes. So Tory should take responsibility. Kinda. What's that? Delia should take responsibility. No, that's a good point. I would have put Tory and Crystal Lee in the same category, though. You know what I mean? That seems a little bit unfair, but yeah. I guess all is fair in love and war. I guess all is fair in love and war. Let's continue on.
Yet they couldn't even help Chin out.
Here's one from Dylan Cole. In one day, I will outbench Brandon, outscholar Bryan, and outperform Chin.
Powerful bench.
Big up Black American.
400 years. It was a choice, Kanye and Callen.
I'm not touching that one. I'm not touching that one. Big up Black American.
To outbench Brandon, but you're never gonna outbench Brendan.
Yeah.
You don't have a place yet?
I don't have a place yet. Still working on that. But I do have family there, so we're...
I love how they're not even offering to help him, by the way. Just observation from the past. I love that none of those guys are offering to actually pay you. But it is what it is. Let's freaking go. Let's freaking go. We see the Crown Heart thing already. What's that? Bryan Schaub and what's that? And Bryan Callen. Is that the shirt? Okay, cool. So this is another not that point out that's retroactive. Let's play the definitely the new one. What's the new one when it dropped? What's the name of the new one again? Do they have it here? Or is that on the Reddit? Okay, I might be on Reddit, but it's with you anyway.
Worst case, I can figure it out. What, Brian?
Why are you smiling?
I don't know. I was just thinking about helicopter.
It has to be done in 5.
Sorry, Chin. Can't hear you over my massive helicopter.
And then come home. My wife was like, excuse me.
Friend.
I have cowboy friends in helicopter.
Funnily enough, between
That's
Brendan
funny.
and Bryan, Brendan is the one smart enough to stay away from helicopters. Who would have thought? Meanwhile, Bryan now flies helicopters around with his buddies. Schaub sells his house for $3 million. Meanwhile, Chin. And to celebrate the move, Brendan got
Exactly.
a new neck tattoo, though he is too embarrassed to show anybody.
Well, let's see it.
Moving.
Exactly. Let's see it, please. Look, see, even fucking Amarin is fucking happy. Let's see it. Why not? Let's bloody see it.
I mean, I'll show you after the show.
It's just horns. It's just horns.
It's a Chin saw it. They saw it yesterday.
Yeah.
Saul.
Yeah. Just
Now,
horns.
if only you would get one.
He really just goes. Like gravity or brain farts, he's an endless source of why. Nor is Sanaz coming to Texas, and Schaub does seem a little bit sadder than Callen about it. One could observe, perhaps.
Save that
You wouldn't
for
be
you.
sad if you were coming, though.
That's true.
Yeah.
That's
and
true.
we're all
Pause of all time. Pause. You didn't blink once when you said this. I haven't even blinked when you were saying, you know, the whole KO thing, whatever. That also kind of helps the situation. But let's continue.
also dead behind the eyes after 30 years. Anyway,
That's-
okay.
Okay. Here's one that comes to us from Chance Harris. It's 2 parts. What's been your favorite and least favorite thing about Austin?
Nah, he's just smelling.
He's just
the,
got there.
pop
He's
filter.
not even there.
People will understand. I mean, we barely are just moving there. It's like
It's great.
God.
It's part of the journey.
Yeah.
Even the permit stuff, like it doesn't.
It'll be
oh,
super
man.
echoey. Don't mind the echo.
Oh, it's gonna
everybody.
be echoey as hell for the first. Yeah.
Okay,
We'll get
cool.
it right, though. We always do.
All right, cool. So we got that. I guess he keeps looking at the scoreboard. You know, the whole time. Let's see if anything comes out of there. It should be for the legal. Bish bash bosh. Let's continue.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
To add to the horror show.
responding to you like this is just that'll send me overboard. You know what I mean? That'll send me itself. Get me a castaway. Yeah? That would go one day. But hey, what do I know? Let's continue on.
Joe Schaub now coaches not only baseball, but youth football too. Yay. By now you've probably all seen Brandon get ejected for walking up to the umpire and swearing out the call. Yep, that's right, he actually swears constantly as coach, and the parents enjoy it, apparently.
As far as coaching, what kind of coach am I? On Tiger, I'm really tough. But I cuss around the kids.
Don't watch it.
You know, I tell the parents too, like, pretty strict, cuss around the kids. If you don't like it, I get it. I'm not the coach for you. Yeah, I think the parents know I want what's best for them. Yeah. So, you know, everyone's cool with it.
As this title put, grown man is incapable of not using expletives around children he's quote-unquote coaching. Exactly. Just let kids discover and choose to use the words themselves later on if they want. Learning through Brandon is just sad.
Big chunk kid, his bat speed's going to be a little slower, so let's
Everything's
go
slow.
down the pipe.
Oh, light is, and also from the silence goes, light his ass up. Oh, no, when your kids have a bad game.
What? No, he probably never said that. There's no way Bank said that to some right feminist woman. No way, I'll tell you that. No fucking call, honestly. Another Gooner picture. Let's see what I got for this.
Game and he's fucking up. It's so embarrassing.
Oh, really?
You don't think everybody's like you?
Yeah.
You know, they're probably not. Be like, oh man, the shit they're probably saying.
Yeah, but these like
come on, TV, please, dude. I need this for me.
Jesus, man, it's about the kids having fun and developing as athletes. It has nothing to do with Brendan Schaub, a concept that Brandon will probably never grasp. Even though Brandon might have a point, and the umpire might have made a bad call, the way he goes about things is why he was ejected for that and the next game.
And why he also should be doing that in England. If he did that in England, if you went to all that effort, trying to find something in your bag, trying to find your chassis, you will, 25% or whatever the fucking thing is in features, you will definitely get a better one with that regard. But big up the person that uploaded that, big up the person that uploaded that. Next one, what's this? Volunteers. Oh no, reminders. Eyes from the coach. Don't look at cops. I'm a big nib. Or naib, whatever how you fucking pronounce it. Kevin the Prince Boyington. I can hear. Bleedy boom. Let's make this go over here. Let's continue.
Is from your child. I'm a kid. It's just a game. My coach is a volunteer. The officials are human. No college scholarships will be handed out today.
Exactly.
I can't go to the next game.
It's obviously not very clear, but you can infer as a...
I love how he lied about that, by the way. Lying about how long his suspension was at Little League is pretty pathetic. Allegedly, it was like 2 days. They were looking to actually expel him or to take Tiger out from the school completely, I guess, expulsion, because of that whole issue. Then obviously he went, he started to fast, he started to do workouts and shit, and that went on the way. But yeah, man, it's just fucking funny. It's just hilarious that he would lie about how many game ban he got. No, I only got 1 game ban. There was actually 2. It might have been way more. It might have been permanent. So maybe he got away with that one.
Did lead to Brendan not being allowed back for the next game. And once again, almost every sporting prodigy had a natural love for it that drove their success above all else. Don't worry though, all the other parents, again, really like it and approve.
Oh, sorry, people in the shoot at. Was I slurring? My bad. It's been a long day. I think I might have been slurring. It's been a long day. Don't worry, I'm perfectly fine. I'm fine, I'm good. If I was slurring, then apologies. I shall try and watch something that's a bit more engaging and entertaining. If not, then we might break and we'll come back again tomorrow. But I've had a very, 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 very long day. I didn't get much sleep yesterday, so that's why if I am rambling and slurring and starting to sound like my nigger Unique, my brother, my Cody, my content friend, my streaming partner, right? My subject matter Cody. If I end up sounding like Unique, let me know in the stream chat. You get me? Let me know. Hold me down. Hold me down. I wish I actually had some fucking stuff on me, but I don't. But yeah, I'm just incredibly tired. But we're here. You get me? We're here. Big up Kettle Moses. Nah, don't be concerned. Don't be concerned. I'm fine. I promise you. I'm just really, really tired. But we're not tired now. We're not tired now. We're not tired now. I was tired, but we're not tired now. We're doing the fucking show. We're doing the fucking show.
See, very effective. I'm sure every parent there loves hearing two animals scream. Usually the swearing insane sport parent is put on the other side of the field so nobody has to hear them. Not made coach. Many wonder what should...
They're just doing too much in it. It's not even like... even if he does become pro, even if Tiger goes on to play for the Mets or whatever, I don't know if that's a good team, please forgive me, but even if he does go to play for them, they're still doing too much. You know, there are parents that exist out there, even for professional athletes, adult ones, who just do too much. I get it, you're excited, I get it, you're happy. All those years of sacrificing, commitment, but driving your kids probably to training every year has finally paid off, and your son, your daughter, whatever, is playing professionally at a certain sport. But you still have to have some level of manners, decency, and chill, man. Like, it really isn't that deep. Just relax. It's okay. Relax. You got fucking Slojo out here in the stands, like screaming like a banshee. Just going. It's not necessary, man. It's not necessary. He's a fucking child. And the mad thing about fucking Tiger, he's not. I swear, last time Brendan said he's not even 10 yet. He might be actually 9 years old. I swear that kid isn't even 10 years old yet. And they're already cackling and screaming in the crowd. Brendan wants to beat up an umpire because he ruled him out and not in. It's like, brother, please.
Schaub would do for a real job without the alleged help, and, well, there's your answer. Definitely not anything resembling coaching. Bryan then went on later in the episode to bring up how he knew about Harvey Weinstein since 2007 through girls he dated, and that Candace Owens' ridiculous ploy to...
Excuse me? When did that happen? That's news to me. Excuse me? Bryan Callen knew of victims of Harvey Weinstein since 2007. When did that happen? What? What? And he didn't say a fucking word. The guy that's talking about manhood and being, and slaying the dragon and jumping up these stairs and fighting all these... That same guy was now the guy that had to be in charge of flushing out the fucking gang or whatever. Come on, man. Get out of here. And he didn't say nothing, by the way. Bryan didn't say a single thing. All that courage he's talking about, taking responsibility, right? That was his responsibility, to say something for those young girls he was probably seeing. He was probably fucking a bunch of them as well. But he was hearing all these horrible stories about Harvey Weinstein, and he did nothing and he said nothing. That's a story you keep to yourself. He probably should never have shared that. I don't even know if that was true, but he probably should never have shared that. Yo, big up Uche and Stream Chat. Wow, go on. I bet he loved the articles being written about him. That's the thing, or being written about this. I think I had a different opinion from people in the Stream Chat, and you guys probably disagreed with me. But I'm of the thinking, I don't think Brendan enjoys the attention the way you guys think he does, especially when it's mocking him. He will try and rationalize it and make sense of it so he feels good, but I don't think he likes not feeling good. When it comes to Brendan, I don't think he likes feeling. I don't think he likes people pointing out. That's why he's so impervious to like correction when it comes to grammatical mistakes and shit. So I think these type of articles that get written about him, fucking trying to beat up the bouncer and his wife screaming in the background, I think that caused them a lot of embarrassment. I don't think they like. I don't think so. Maybe I'm wrong, but I just don't get the feeling that he enjoys the attention the way you guys think he enjoys the attention when it comes to Brendan. I think maybe there's some ha he's here and there, but for the most part, that guy is buying too many people. So anyway, let's continue.
Cosby loophole him out of jail is misguided, to Callen's credit.
That guy, that piece of shit, is the worst human being on the planet. So some people deserve to be Me Too'd because it's true. And when you have that many women coming out with the same exact story...
It's just a crazy topic to cover with your own try to sue...
Yeah, that's a mad thing to talk about, isn't it? That impassioned. To talk that impassioned about that fucking... Or that passionately, about such a subject, knowing your own skeleton in your closets is a fucking spicy, dairy move. That's ridiculous gag and shit or whatever else it may be. let's check the fucking stats. And for the most part, everything is probably where it should be. But yeah, Bryan going on and raging about these sort of things, knowing what he's got, is absolutely nuts. But that's Bryan Callen for you. That's Bryan Callen for you.
My accusers and had to detract allegedly skeletons about, but go off Bryan. Well, when Joe Rogan is your role model and North Star, this is where you all head.
Well, get a couple more, man. You're gonna run dry.
My friend Brendan Schaub, he had like four sixes in his mouth. I'm like, what are you doing?
Aaron Rodgers said I love Brendan, people in the stream chat. People in the stream chat, all of us, myself included, who doubted that Brendan knew Aaron Rodgers. Remember, because Brendan was saying that he was trying to finalize some deal with Aaron Rodgers where Aaron would buy, if not the bottles of vodka, I think they were just going to buy the actual booze itself and put it in the bucket. And then, you know, get some rich kid to make, I don't know, a bottle design or whatever. And then boom, he's a new fucking bottle. So I think that's what had to happen. But hey, who knows what should be happening.
You have 4 in your mouth? Like, dude, I love them. 4. Any given time, I got 4 in there.
They built the Comedy City Austin on nicotine.
It's not that, I don't know. Are nicotine pouches really that tasty? Are they really that yummy? Is it really that good of an experience to be like doing 4 at a time? Just a mere mention of him saying he did 4 gave me a headache, man. It sent a little jolt to the front of my brain. Doing 4, like, recreation, like, so, like, are they really that good? I don't think they are. Smell like fucking ass. I could be wrong.
And joke theft. Take another pouch, buddy. It's a nootropic. It's good for your brain, apparently. Just look at Brendan.
Joe Rogan Brain Health Supplements Class Action Lawsuit Overview. Who? John Paul Lotz filed a class action lawsuit against Onnit Labs. Why? Lotz claims that Onnit Labs, which is co-founded by the commentary and podcaster Joe Rogan, falsely advertises Alpha Brain for brain supplements and high cognitive function. The guy took it, was like, but I'm still dumb. How's that possible? I'm still dumb. This stuff doesn't work. Where the Joe Rogan class action lawsuit was filed in New York Federal Court. Update: this case was voluntarily dismissed, okay, by the plaintiff on the 29th and 25th. So they got away with it. But you have heard a lot of stories online of Ash, you know, hanging around different people, and the verdict isn't the greatest when it comes to this sort of stuff.
Schaub. If you don't remember, not long ago, Brendan rolled his TRX. Now a clip where he's very critical of rolling a Raptor emerges.
Do a Raptor.
Had a Raptor.
Oh, you got rid of your Raptor?
Well, I rolled it after I had it 24 hours.
Why?
Really? I've seen dudes drive. I've seen dudes drive across the bridge from Windsor, Canada to Detroit just to buy dozens of Zins to take across the border. I don't know, man. Maybe the ones that I did were covered in piss. Maybe covered in shit and piss and puke and stuff and baby vomit. But they're not that good, man. Maybe you have to be a real smoker. Maybe that's how you appreciate it. Maybe if you're a real cigarette smoker, you appreciate Zins more. Because nicotine will ever go straight to your fucking system, so it kind of feels euphoric. But I don't know. I don't think, in all my history of like bouncing fucking midriffs against each other to somebody, I honestly don't think I ever had a moment where like cigarettes were a part of that fun time, you know? So maybe that's what I'm missing with pouches. Maybe if you associate cigarettes with like a good time or whatever, extracurricular activities is probably fun, the Zin thing, but that shit smells like ass. It doesn't smell like whatever flavor they say it does. They might spray it with some sort of whatever fruit spray to make it, you know, taste like fucking apples, but they don't. Those things are terrible, man. They're disgusting. I think Zins might be, or whatever, nicotine pouches. I'm going to die on that hill. I think maybe one of the most overrated things of the last 20 plus years. Super overrated, man. Just fucking buy a cigarette, please, for fuck's sake. Or don't smoke at all. But I'm not about to put fucking things in my bottom lip like a fucking loser. But hey, let's continue.
Why did I roll it?
Like, what the fuck? How do you roll a goddamn Raptor? What the fuck were you doing on a ranch where you totaled a Raptor?
That's hilarious, man. How do you roll a goddamn Raptor? Basically insinuating that I'm a terrible driver. How do you rap that? That makes no sense. And here comes Brandon. Trying way too hard, man. Trying way too hard. Like, come on, bro. Like, yeah. What can you do? Let's continue.
Giving her.
You were like, oh, Brendan flipped his TRX, right? I'm fine. Got a concussion. I was fine. Brendan flipped his helicopter. R.I.P.
Brendan's that predictable at this point. I think it'd be along the lines of doesn't count, they aren't the same in any facet, etc., etc. Well, Bryan's back with his solo podcast with Eric Weinstein.
Oh yeah, he's back. Yeah, true. Maybe we'll do a reaction to that as well. Actually, Physically Dead featuring Eric Weinstein. That's gonna be a hard one to get through, but yeah, maybe we'll have to figure out that as well and do a little reaction to that. That might be actually quite fun.
Sounds very enthralling. They might get Schaub back on stage eventually. I mean, just have someone write his jokes for him like most of you do anyway, allegedly. And Texas will be roaring. Truly, the heart of comedy. Thank you, Joe Rogan, for saving the art form. Now,
the heart of Joe was fucking hilarious. Big up Retroactive. Big up Blood Clot Retroactive. I, for one, am one of the only people that's legitimately looking forward with really on the edge of my seat, essentially, for what's next between Brendan and Bryan, because a part of me can't imagine Tfatk not working out, because I think Tfatk, the pod, is the main breadwinner for both of these people in this particular humble abode. That's what I think. I think they both rely on it, so I really don't think they are going to stop doing Tfatk. So if that's the case, what else is going to happen? Something else is going to happen. I don't think they're going to stop doing Tfatk. It makes them too much money. They're not going to be able to replace the money they make on Tfatk with something else. But I also don't think Bryan Callen's going to suddenly turn into fucking Sebastian Maniscalco when he's out there. Do you know what I mean? You're nearly 60, you're trying to restart. It's just not going to happen. And I think Bryan's problem, I don't ever think it's him not being able to tell jokes, because he's, you know, he can be a funny dude. I think the reason why he hasn't been able to blow as much as his other friends probably, who are, you know, maybe rappers in their own right, is because of the work ethic. I think Bryan just doesn't have a work ethic, so it'll be interesting to see how Bryan does try to, because there's obviously, as lame as the Austin comedy scene looks like, it definitely is a scene now, you know, people like hustle, you know, milling around, waiting for their spot, watching their favorite comedian later on. Like, it feels like it's a place to be and shit. If that's the case, then I don't know what the fuck those guys are doing there, you know? I don't know what the hell those guys are doing there. They've gone there so many years late. It's gonna, the energy there is kind of like startup, you know, figure it out, bootstrap, pull yourself up by your bootstrap, hustling, networking type of vibes. And Bryan Callen's 60, plus he knows Rogan. He's probably a little bit laid back and entitled and shit, and probably not part of this internet shit where you kind of like, you know, you aura farm all this, but okay, I don't know. I'm curious to see how it plays out. I'm really curious to see how it plays out. Tfatk will stay, but what will happen to Bryan Callen's stand-up? What will happen to his own podcast? What will Brendan do with his free time? Will he find another fucking project, another fucking hobby to replace the trucks? Because I feel like that's going to come to an end soon as well. And I think that truck era is lasting for a long time. I don't think so. I think that's also going to end soon. So yeah, it's all over the place. It's all over the place. Let's move on. Let's go back to the Tfatk. Let's do the question time with Tfatk, and then we'll move it, and I'll come back into a cool. Let's do that.
Break this podcast.
Big up everybody tuning in as well, by the way. Make sure you smash the like button down below if you're enjoying. Subscribe to the channel if you're enjoying. Also, that'd be greatly appreciated. And of course, if you want to join to let us hit the fucking 500 members, obviously target. The link is down below as well. If you want to join for a membership and shit, you can find that link down below. Let me just quickly fast forward. I love how Brendan is never like the slightest bit engaged when it comes to reading ads. He doesn't need to be excited, but I love how he acts like, yeah, I really don't want it. It's like, bro, you're Zora the money, you know? I think that's all fair and well, but for me, not personally, but with other people, might not. Big up, Joe, interesting question. Big up, Joe, interesting question. Big up, Joe, interesting question. Oh, big up Homeless Cat. That's not good to hear. Hopefully you're good, bro. My wife and kids have left me, guess what, time back to being literally a homeless cat. Out here on my own in a HMO, self-contained. Yeah, bro. Keep your head up, brother. Keep your head up. Keep your head up. So sorry to hear that. Keep your head up. Pick up Joe. Joe said, "How does Tfatk makes this money? I don't believe that's the case." Okay, good question. Good question. If you base their channel based on the episodes they did recently, and you add just gotta say, that's what I did. Okay, cool. So let's see. Big up Joe. What do you say? How they make money? So I think they make money because they've got like a legacy podcast and shit, right? So I'm assuming they probably do a decent amount of views every month, even without uploading videos on there. So that's probably like, I don't know, 100k, whatever it is, however much a PS is. Plus you can cloud that into your computer, and then boom, here you are, mixing and having a good time.
Okay. Brendan, this is from Alejandro Castaneda. Brendan, if you were staging a comeback to the UFC, who is the one fighter you'd pick for your return fight?
I can answer the question. Somebody in 135 pounds.
Yeah.
Yeah, you're gonna answer for him.
Who would I stay? Let me see the heavyweight ranking.
Big up Unique. Chris, sorry, Unique. Big up Chris Mike. Unique says that Tfatk doesn't really make money. Against Papa is funding all this into a trust fund because he's such a keeping up with Joneses. Wanna be poser. He loves attention more than anything. Oh, I don't know, bro. I don't buy this as well. Man. I don't know. I just don't buy this. I don't buy the idea of Peter Schaub essentially paying for his son to have a family and a fake life. Like, come on. I don't buy it. But cute lady though, but I don't buy it, you know? I don't absolutely bow it like fucking Janet. Let's continue.
Against Jen.
Oops.
Well, I'd want to make the most money possible, so I'd probably go for a Francis.
Oh my God.
Yeah, because I try and take him down.
Would you?
Yes.
Oh God.
I guess he's a fighter, right? I guess he is a fighter. I know he's a former, but he quit a long time ago. But isn't it quite insane, the delusion that Brendan has when it comes to his own athletic fighting ability, just anything pertaining to him? Isn't it kind of endearing how delusional he is? He sat there with a straight face and said, "Yeah, I'd call the police." Like, huh? Aren't you the one that started the whole thing in the first place? That is saying if the police come, I'm gonna fucking close the door. It's like, holy fucking shit.
Probably Cyril Gahn, to be honest with you. His takedown's terrible and his jiu-jitsu's awful.
Ooh, I was not.
Cyril Gahn's jiu-jitsu's awful. He has real beef with that guy. What was that? What's the law between him and Cyril Gahn? Their beef is, I forgot. Maybe it's like speak French. Wow. That's a bad boy. We need more of that with our players at United. I'm not gonna lie. We need more of that with our players at United. I don't think he deserved it, but we definitely need more of it. Let's see. Wait 1 second. I'll try and throw this back. Boom. Let's go. Come on, you
plan to do it. I'm going 4 steps back money wise, financially. I'm just gonna keep doing this and kind of get caught in it, maybe.
Well, Alana Evans, who is legitimately something I've known and my friend. I don't care what anybody says.
What the fuck is this? Did it skip past? I think I might have skipped it. My bad. Sorry. I think I might have skipped it.
I think whatever's going on there, sometimes people can just
Did
be,
I skip it by accident?
you know.
Sometimes it could also get fallen hard.
I feel I might have skipped it by accident. Pardon me.
With Doug
And I would be willing to bet she'd be like, didn't have a dad or.
For fuck's sake! I think I lost the place I was at. I think I might have lost the place I was at. Bear with me 1 second.
It's not okay. It's not good for you. It's not good for her.
It's also
not
good to
for
push the
us.
limits a little bit.
Yeah, it's not harmless. What she's
Let's see. Oh, I think I was an ad.
doing to herself is not good for her. It's not good for anyone.
For fuck's sake. Oh, for fuck's sake! I think I lost the whole thing.
Boys see this.
Young boys are 8 years
it's
old.
not
I think
good.
the average age for boys.
Okay, whatever. Let's start at the beginning of this bodybuilding. Let's switch it up then. Fuck it. Okay, cool. Let's check out Tfatk Reddit. Let's fuck that. I can't bother to find where I'm at. I think I was somewhere around here. 19 mark, but we'll go back to it a bit. Let's see what I missed out on there. Let's go see if I read it. Brendan defending Diddy. We've watched that already. Brendan in the gun job. We watched that already. Chin with his moving out. Watched that already. Joanna and Baba. Watched that already. Cool. Let's do new. Big up everybody tuning in. Appreciate you. Let's actually turn down to the fucking wireless festival. Let's scroll up a bit. Well, I moved out. Oh yeah. Well, this is one of my favorite pictures. I'm not gonna lie. This is also the thumbnail of this particular episode. This is one of my favorite images. It's taken from Brendan's fucking social media. This is his new identity. Like, I love it. I love that he does these things and he has no shame, no sense of cringe, no ability to feel a little bit embarrassed or whatever. None. Like, that might be one of my superpowers, you know, that inability to feel any kind of shame, because this is kind of shambolic. Because just the other day he was literally being a adult hype piece and complimenting people's shoes and trying to get into lines and shit and talking to the staff owners like they're fucking oracles, you know, at that time. Yeah, so it's like him saying that to you is funny. There's maybe a little projection there going on, but this is one of my favorite pictures. It's so redacted. It's so fucking dumb. And oh, anyway, let's continue. We did that. WWE fans must. Oh, if you like wrestling, if you actually like wrestling and you still watch it now, you must be going through such a hard time, because in a weird way, it's actually a good thing that these celebrities are kind of coming to WWE. You'd imagine, because a lot of that money would probably be going back to helping people, whatever, you know, whatever nice thing is to do. So I guess I had to try and like do it with like a pickaxe or something. I don't know what that's meant to do, but allegedly it somehow allows the body to kind of recover, because these two fucking donuts, it's like, don't know what's gonna hit them, you know? They fucking don't like that sort of shit. So anyway, let's continue. What we have here, we did that. Y'all talking about Taylor Swift? Yep. Let's go to the UK. Let's see who else is here. Bada bing, flying in for the palms. Cool. And then this, what's this one? Flying where LA, we're out. The glass in the booth and the poor cabin beware. Oh yeah. What can we do? But yeah, I love this picture. This is a fucking hilarious picture. No PJ, by the way. We didn't get an image of her with a PJ. That's what I'm disappointed in. I wish I could have saw that. But yeah. What else we got here? Beast of a Dad. I think we watched this as well, if I'm not mistaken.
I'll remind his ass, though.
That's right.
I'll grab him by the collar and be like, hey, motherfucker, you think you went professional in 2 motherfucking sports? That guy couldn't hold my fucking jock strap. Like you're going to listen to me.
A few years.
What professional sports did he go pro in? He said he went 2. He's actually using that as a fucking bragging rights. But what sport? Which was the other sport? I don't remember it at all. 0.
Later.
You know, as a child, things are not always rosy. I think we can agree on that. Because you might have somebody that's like my father. Don't flush those toilets! I want you to leave those logs in there for me to inspect. Want to see them. I want to see what you've done. You went out and you got ice cream! And you didn't get me ice cream! I thought you were away on a business trip. Well, I came back early! You should have known my schedule! You should have checked for a reschedule!
Alright, chill out, brother. Chill out. Chill the F out. It's not that deep, my friend. But it is that funny. It is that funny. Anyways, people, I'm gonna love you and leave you. I'm gonna leave it there because I am absolutely knackered and I'm starting to comatose and unique, right? I might fucking kneel over on this particular chair and just like, you know? So I don't want that to happen. So I'll be back tomorrow. I'm gonna get a proper sleep into that. I'm actually not gonna be on my phone. I'm actually gonna fucking sleep and try and see if that helps me tomorrow. And then we go again. I'm gonna redo that part I did earlier from Taz, the 9 episode. I didn't like what I put out yesterday. The other day, it wasn't great enough. So we're gonna kiss the ring. Yeah, new. Let's fucking go. Cannot wait to hear those words. So I'm looking forward to it. But yeah, everybody tuning in, I appreciate you. Smash the like button down below. Smash the like button down below. Subscribe. I'll see you guys again tomorrow. More Taz. More fucking random show. I'm gonna get some kip in so I can be good. I'll probably get some water in me. And obviously top up with the coffees. But I shall be back on rare form, on 100% ready to rock, ready to stream with you motherfuckers. Okay? Don't be concerned. I'm perfectly... I wouldn't say I'm perfectly okay. I'm not. We're not all. No one's perfectly okay. I wouldn't say I'm perfectly okay, but in this instance, I'm good. I don't think I'm perfectly okay. I don't think I ever was. But big up everybody in the stream chat. Appreciate you all. Big up Ucha. Big up Mr. Still Your Gal. Big up Kipi. Big up Asun. Big up Dundota. What's good? MK. That's all the Z's. Everybody, appreciate you. Smash a like, hit subscribe. Love you and leave you. See you motherfuckers tomorrow, okay? See you motherfuckers tomorrow.